It's the Bob and Tom Show.
In this day and age, in this big old troubled world, where the little guy ain't got a chance, there's only one thing I can think of that could make a difference. If I had a bulldozer, everything would be so fine. I would never have to move it over, never have to stand in line. If I had a bulldozer, I'd have lots of parking places. I'd just look for that brand new Corvette that's taken up 2 spaces. If I had a diesel rig with a big old blade, treads just like a tank, I would have it made. Courtesy would reign, arguments would cease, 'cause everyone would know I'd squash them like a cheese. If I had a bulldozer, my application would go through, and my boss would run and get my coat if I decided to leave at 2. If I had a bulldozer, the IRS would never chide. Oh, and how an audit would just go so quickly, with a dozer idling outside. If I had a diesel rig with a big old blade, treads just like a tank, I would have it made. Courtesy would reign, arguments abate, 'cause everyone would know I'd squish him like a grape. Excuse me. If I had a bulldozer, all the doors would open up, and people would treat me with a lot more respect, or I'd knock them down and squash them up. If I had a diesel rig with a giant blade, the world would be a better place.
Good morning and welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey there, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair. Hey. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee. Hello.
Checking, testing. Sorry, I was...
I know, out somewhere doing something else. Why can't the show be doing what you're doing instead of something else?
I was getting
Why
ready
is
for some
that?
stuff. We're good. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Bob and Tom program. That sounds so official. It's good to be here. We have, I can see Christy Lee over there.
Yep.
Doing some exercises, getting ready for the show.
Yeah, boy, I have to do the jumping jacks, stretch. It's tough.
What?
Tough in here.
Exercises?
I get up and do the Freddy.
There you
I'm not
go.
doing the
There you
Right
go.
off the bat.
Yeah.
Let's start that this morning.
I remember reading the book, The Diary of a Virginia Gentleman, and he would. It's very. This of course takes place in colonial times.
Yes.
Josh.
Do my dance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And he would just get up and say, "I do my dance."
Yeah.
I've looked this book up. I never found it.
It's out there. It's very hard to find.
Okay.
It's also like $300.
Oh, geez.
I think it's kind of out of print.
I got to give you a copy.
Out of print. I have one somewhere. I think.
I think he wrote it, is what I think. Remember, he's a time traveler.
Oh, that's right.
But the guy, he goes. The entry will be something like. I got up, I did my dance, then I rogered my wife, then pause vigorously. I love that.
Did my dance.
I rogered my wife. Can you imagine that?
I like that term.
Hey, baby, want to do a How about a quick Rogering?
Yeah, try that at home. See how far it gets you.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Well, will it be vigorous? Of course it will, huh?
First I'm going to get up and do my dance, which was but that's kind of an exercise thing. Get the blood flowing. That's what this show does. We'll help you get your blood flowing.
Yeah, from anger. So far, we've had Freddie doing the Freddie, and this Virginia gentleman again, and
Highly recommended. Old times, see how they were. Yesterday, we were going to interview Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. That's been moved to today. So looking forward to that. A lot of fascinating things going on in the world that we're going to cover.
The world is fascinating.
Yeah, one of them is hilarious, involving an ID, having an ID in the world.
like a driver's license?
Yeah, you know, when you go to buy stuff.
You get carded?
I got carded not too long ago.
For like a video game?
Yeah, buying a video game. I was kind of stunned.
People don't buy video games anymore, you know.
I had the worst opposite thing of that happen the other day. I was in a drive-thru and I came up to pay, and the lady goes, "It's $5.05." I go, "I thought it was $5.61." She goes, "I didn't realize you were a senior till you got to the window."
Love it.
Yeah.
Senior me up, baby. Senior me up.
I mean, the woman was so sweet, but I was like, oh, just
Yeah, but see, some of those places, they've dropped the senior thing pretty low. I think you get AARP monthly now if you're 30.
Yeah, no kidding.
They've
been trying to get me to join since then.
They really want you to join.
But I live an old man's lifestyle. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, from an observer.
yeah, it makes sense.
So you mean the drone going over your house? Hey, speaking of which, did I tell you this?
No.
A friend of mine bought a new house about a year ago. And
did you give them your list as far as you have a checklist for people who buy houses? And did you give them the list that said, "Here's what you have to do"? You
just a handful of a good
sticking your nose into
bits
somebody
of smart advice.
Yeah, you would know, right?
I've been meaning to publish that.
Yeah, that's what the world needs.
Well, listen to this.
You can't self-publish.
So listen to this. So this guy gets a letter from his insurance company, and to describe his house, part of it has a flat roof.
Sure, I've had one of those.
Yeah, so have I, depending on where you live.
Yes.
In this part of the world, bad idea.
Yeah.
But I won't go into that. Anyway, he got a letter from his insurance company after he'd been living there for more than a year, going, "Oh, you have to do a so-and-so to the flat roof." And he calls up the agent. He goes, "First of all, how did you even know about this?" "Oh, we flew a drone over your place."
Weird.
Yeah, so that's a thing now. And I guess they're looking for trampolines and unreported hot tubs and swimming pools.
Stop.
Hot tubs.
Stop.
Well,
They're looking for trampolines.
The source on this was...
And unreported pools. I don't want to hear what the source
He just
was.
whispered someone's name.
you know my source.
Oh.
Very reliable.
Something about tomatoes? Is that your source?
No. But yeah, how about that?
Man.
Did you know that was going on,
That
Josh?
doesn't seem...
I did not.
That's
No,
the
but
kind of paranoia thing you love.
I put nothing past insurance companies.
That doesn't seem legal.
Hey.
That's some kind of privacy,
Privacy
right?
invasion, yeah.
Yeah, but no, but they want to know if people are reporting. And if you've applied for home insurance lately, they want to know what kind of dog you have.
Well, sure.
By the way,
If my privates are going to be invaded, I'm going to enjoy it, okay? I need to know it's
they're not invading your privates. They're invading your
What?
privacy.
Oh, privacy. Yeah, I knew something like that.
I think invading your privates is a porn movie.
Yeah, that's why I said it, Tom.
Where people wearing alien suits
I
are
can see how
rogering each other.
Gonna go today. All right. Make a note.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
Yeah, I haven't seen.
See, I don't know which
over
is
my
worse.
house.
This happening to some guy or you perpetuating this story, and now people are going to go into work and they're going to say, "Hey, did you hear about this insurance company?" And
People need to know. How about this one? Remember the story we had yesterday?
people need to know.
The story we had yesterday about the ship sinking in the English Channel.
Yes, and the guy was
The guy
in
called the
Dover, Delaware instead of Dover, England.
Dover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got this from a cop. He goes, "I'm a cop. This happens all the time, where people call the wrong police agency. I work in Brooklyn, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
We get phone calls all the times about crimes occurring in Brooklyn, New York.
Michigan.
Okay.
Don't let that distract from the fact
that makes
reinforcing.
sense.
Yeah. And this happens all the time, all over the place. So, there you go. Be careful. There's so many places you could live in, say, Cleveland, Tennessee.
There's a Cleveland, Tennessee.
Sure.
Of course, yeah.
Did not know that.
But Tom, the emergency number in the UK is different than it is here.
Yeah, but this guy Googled
That's right.
Dover.
999.
And he got Dover, the wrong Dover, but the person there was able to figure out what was going on and contacted the proper authorities. Just a little bit of an interesting story.
Remember that name, Ben Dover? How funny is that?
That's funny.
Well,
that was real funny the first time.
But you had my funny. You had my favorite one. Peter Burns. What was the name of his book?
Sliding Down the Banister.
Sliding Down the Banister. Peter Burns.
Yeah.
That's always been my favorite.
Here we go.
Do you have a favorite, Christy?
No, because I'm not in 4th grade.
Or a boy. And you're not a boy.
I'm not a boy. You're right.
I was a lion tamer by Torter Tittle. You don't care.
I thought that was Claude Balls.
The Yellow Sheets by I.P. Daly.
A wrestler. I was a female wrestler. Was
Torter Tittle.
Yeah.
Rusty Bed Springs was I.P. Knightley.
Yeah.
That was it. I.P. Daly.
Oh, those are classics, Christy.
And Peter Dragon was Tracks in the Sand.
Yes.
And Mr. Hole in the Mattress by Mr. Completely.
Seriously, where were you? How old were you when you first heard those?
When I first heard Ben Dover, I remember laughing a lot. And Under the Bleachers by Seymour Butts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you wish they had the internet when you were a kid so we could have... I think if I were a billionaire, I would hire some guy to see if he could find out the true author of Beans, the musical fruit. I had my 9-year-old daughter suddenly thought she had discovered that for the first time and would not stop singing it at dinner the other night while walking on the chairs around the dinner table.
Running to the Outhouse by Willie Make It.
Illustrated by Betty Won't.
Those are classics.
Your daughter was running around the table on the chairs?
Yes.
That was a classic game. I loved that.
Hey, how about sit down, young lady? How
We
about
never
that?
did that.
Yeah. Well, you want to come over and try that?
Well, it wasn't dinner time, was it?
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. You could. We weren't allowed to do it. We weren't allowed to do it, but we did it.
Right.
But never at dinner.
And we were doing my least favorite thing.
It's Thunderdome over there. You know that?
My least favorite thing, eating outside. Check local listings. It's, of course, bee season.
Were you eating outside at your own home?
Yes. What? I hate eating outside.
It was 80 yesterday.
You know who wrote the book Eating Outside?
Who?
Al Fresca. Yeah.
Oh, bravo.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Coming up in sports, the teaser, please. I'm not going to get the teaser.
Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge is going to the playoffs.
In Chick's defense, it's hard to cap the beautiful bow I just put on that whole segment.
Yes. You are right.
You mean the al fresco?
That's right.
Okay, very
You
good.
live in Portland? Well, you might have a WNBA team to cheer here very, very soon.
Maine or
Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there are two, so you could be calling 911. Thank you,
And Donna Kelsey's they're gonna shove her down our throats whether we like it or not. She's gonna be a movie star. So another movie. Hang tight.
Okay, well, we'd like to remind you that the best way to listen to this show is any way you can find it on your Raycon earbuds.
Any way you can find it. That's right. Raycon has just launched their brand new upgraded model of their best-selling everyday earbuds. And they are, of course, fantastic. We got them early because it's the official earbud of the Bob and Tom Show in swell new colors like blush violet, forest green, royal blue, classic black. And Raycon's upgraded everyday earbuds now have multi-point connectivity. It lets you pair with 2 devices at once. Plus new quick charge function and active noise cancellation. And those ergonomic earbud shapes fit the widest range of ears ever made, and the optimized gel tips make for a cozy custom fit. And, of course, Raycon has a 30-day happiness guarantee. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's 15% off and free shipping at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Got the latest date on the Bob and Tom Show comedy tour coming up. We'll tell you about that in just a second. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Alexa, how can someone listen to Bob and Tom Radio on a smart speaker?
Just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
Tune in.
Race fans, it's May, and you're out at the track. You're hot and thirsty. If you don't get some relief quick, just like those Indy cars, your body's gonna overheat. That's why you need the cool, refreshing blast of body fuel. It's like an overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. Just one drink, and you'll be refueled and ready for anything your busy lifestyle demands. Excuse me, sir. You look hot and thirsty.
Boy, I sure am. I got my 2 kids with me, and I forgot the cooler in the car. God, it's got to be 100 degrees out here. I could sure go for a cold drink of water.
Water? You don't want water. You want something that'll replenish all the fluids you've lost. You need the overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. You need body fuel.
Body fuel? I never heard of it.
That's because it's new. Here, try it, sweet.
Jesus! This tastes like motor oil.
Well, there is some motor oil in there. And some transmission fluid, gasoline, and even a little engine coolant.
Engine coolant? Hey, I can't see.
Well, of course you can't see. That's the power of body on your system, making it just like brand new. What do you think of body fuel?
Are you trying to kill me? Hey, what's that fizzing noise?
That's a little battery amp. Sure, it'll keep your body running smooth and efficient. How do you like the sporty racing look of the package?
I can't see it. I can't see anything.
Well, it's very sporty. Don't worry, preliminary testing shows that the blindness is only a temporary side effect. Anyway, how about that refreshing, cool, clear taste?
Come here. I'm going to sue you bastards. Come here. Where are you? I can't see anything.
Body fuel. When you're so thirsty you could die, try one of Body Fuel's 3 delicious flavors: original lemon lime, iced tea, or diesel.
I can't feel my tongue. My gums are bleeding. My gums are bleeding.
Body Fuel from the people who brought you Thirspiration Plus. It's the health drink for those on the run. Go out and pick up some Body Fuel today at a supermarket or auto parts store near you.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
Did you get I mean this in a kind of an way. I would imagine you probably had a lot of guy groupies, but not like in a traditional group. You know what I mean? In other words, dudes coming up to you.
Rod McEwen.
Guys who want to party with
Rod,
them?
yeah,
Rod was the reason why they call him Rod.
Rod waited for us in Hawaii. We were on our way to Australia, and Rod heard we were coming to, stopping in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
He waited.
At the airport?
He missed it. Yeah, at the airport. He missed his flight to meet us because he thought we were one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because of the bits we did. You know?
What I meant was, as Christy, in other words, you guys were like,
clean it up now.
I want to party with these guys.
Party with these guys.
I mean, I imagine that'd kind of be a
buzz.
kind of be a burden though after a while.
Oh no, it was we just like, I don't think so, man.
We got a lot of bits from these parties. We went to one party very early in our career. I think it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
And this one guy brought he was a blues collector, and he brought his famous, never heard before, Lightning Hopkins disc. And he had it on the turntable. And very carefully put the needle on there. And he sat down with his eyes closed, and some party guy ripped it out. Threw it on, put another record on. That was cool. That one. Remember that one? That's where we got Earache My Eye from. Oh. Hey, that's my record, man.
Hey, it's Josh from the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
If you take a girl to dinner and she asks the maitre d' for a better table, she's never going to be satisfied with anything in her whole life.
That's one of the rules.
One of the rules in here.
That's
Just go to the bathroom and go right out the window. Leave your car. Buy another one. It'll be cheaper.
Tom has one of those rules.
That's one of the rules in this book.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Watch the way that a date treats a waiter or waitress,
or
because that's how
yes.
they'll treat you in 3 months.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's the rule of thumb.
Well, that's more about one of those people who you just can't please.
Okay, you have a song about that?
Song about
okay.
that.
All right. Go ahead.
Took her to Hawaii. The waterfalls made my hair frizzy. Went to Vegas too. The lights gave me a migraine. Then we went to Paris. I didn't like the fries. No one ruins love like you. Took her off to Rome. There were too many Italians. Had the finest pasta. I don't eat carbs. Saw the Sistine Chapel. That made my neck hurt. No one ruins love like you. The beaches of Tahiti. There was nowhere to pee-pee. Full moon up above. That was kind of creepy. The finest hotel. I thought it was seedy. We made passionate love. I couldn't see the TV. The pyramids of Egypt. That made my skin dry. The Taj Mahal, too. That was too drafty. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. I would sue the contractor. No one ruins love like you.
Okay. Can I just say a quick happy birthday to Michael Cleveland, who was our guest just the other day, the great fiddler.
Wow.
Grammy Award winner. And some of my friends saw his show the other night. They said it was absolutely just amazing. He's incredible. And he's on a little bit of a tour. You can check out Mr. Cleveland. He is going to be doing something at Clarksville, Indiana on September 28th. And then Eureka Springs, Arkansas on October 4th.
Beautiful country.
The Harvest Moon Festival. That'll be fun.
Cool.
In any event, if you get a chance to watch any of those videos posted on our various social media platforms, by all means do. Okay, Chickster, what do you got?
Weren't you in somewhere where you rented bikes recently? You want to go over that real quick?
Yeah, I was in Alice Beach, Florida.
Oh.
Lovely place. Great time. And we rented about, 8, 10 bikes, whatever it was for the family.
Right.
And the first night, the 2 kids' bikes were stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, I saw one of the stolen bikes with some punk kid.
Oh, man.
And I went up to him and said, I think this might be my bike. And I saw the serial number.
And you know it was your bike.
Yeah, because when you rent them, they put like a tag on them, and the tags were gone. And the guy at the rental place said, if you see one without a tag, check it to see if it's yours. And I checked. Anyways, I chased the kids down.
You chased the kids down.
And found 2 stolen bikes, one of which was one of ours. But I ended up having to pay for the other bike.
Well, this is from Keith in Pennsylvania.
Hi, Keith.
And it starts out, hey, geniuses. You know, nothing ever good comes after.
Yeah.
Like, look, lady, hey, geniuses. Did you ever think that those punks actually work for the bike rental place?
No, they didn't.
Oh, there you go.
They get a cut of your $250 with the rental shop.
Ah.
Keith, I like the way you think.
I do too.
Oh, I see.
And then Keith says, very common, especially in Florida.
Wow. Very common?
That's what he says.
This place was on the up and up.
Really?
But I got to call and see if that bike ever got returned, because they charged me $250.
It's on the up and up, huh? You don't even want to go.
You won't even entertain the thought that they were working for the bike.
Oh, they were nice people.
Bike shop.
There are a lot of nice crooks.
And this one was really hot, too.
What?
What was odd about him? Did he wear his hair?
No, hot.
Oh, hot.
Young lady was very... No, it was on the up. These guys stole the bikes.
Okay.
For the bike place.
No.
And then the bike shop place charges another $250 for the bike, which you told me about.
Cha-ching.
I'm not that paranoid.
I disagree strongly.
No, these were just a couple of punks.
I'm not that paranoid, said Tom.
Yes.
They're flying drones over our house as Griswold.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right?
I'm telling
They're
you,
looking for dogs and pools.
No, they're looking
hot tubs. Hot tubs.
They're making my friend
trampolines.
They're making my friend get a new roof.
Wow.
So,
Well,
I wouldn't you just switch companies?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just?
they're
I get almost every day something from an insurance company that I can decrease my auto rates or whatever it is. All the time. So why didn't you just switch companies?
I'm just saying.
A less nosy company.
We're mind your business. We're mind your own business.
Well, mind your own business. We don't care what you're doing as long as we get our premium. Damn right. I think
we
that
may
might
not
have a
pay
future.
out, but we'll take your
Like
money.
I said, they're apparently they're out there looking for especially things like trampolines. They don't want you to.
I'm a little surprised when you do get home insurance that somebody just doesn't come out and take a look at the place.
Well, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Say yes
But
to
I mean,
premiums and no
how
to
that's
claims.
not mandatory every time in a way.
I just thought the fact that they were flying drones over was kind of interesting.
It is
And
interesting.
get used to it because that's the future.
It'll be a constant, droning in the air, won't there?
And aren't you the one that thought that you were in favor of the delivery services being able to drop drones on your front lawn?
Absolutely.
See,
packages on my front lawn.
I draw the line there. Unless it's some emergency pharmaceuticals being delivered, you don't really need to have that, pencil sharpener by 2 hours from now.
But you know what, though? I was thinking about this. Things have always been immediate. But they were just so. If you want something,
things have always been as immediate as they could be.
Yes, and how immediate is getting in your car and going to a store and buying that thing and having it? That's the same as ordering something from a drone that delivers to your house that same day.
Right. Think about it.
There's really not that big of a difference.
Are you thinking about pizza?
Oh.
Well, first off, I'm always thinking about pizza. Second,
but if the drone's delivering it, it saves a lot of gas from all the trucks that are driving. Think about that.
They would have to have a gyro to keep the pizza level, so the topping.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza drone?
Yeah.
There's some guy out there that's invented one of those.
No, we've seen it. Remember they delivered to a British soccer game?
Some sort of music festival.
It was a concert? Yeah.
I got a drone in the mail yesterday.
What?
I just remembered this. Yeah, it's like a teeny tiny, I don't know what mailing list I'm on, but it's like...
Oh, that's right. You're receiving gifts for weekly? Or?
Like a...
is this that...
it's like a double the size of a deck of cards.
Is this that service you get and they send you random gifts? What's that called?
No, it's like
one of those.
Bespoke post or whatever?
Bespoke post. It's not that. I don't know where it came from.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Have you messed around with it?
I haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to.
Aren't you...
I'm going to go
to find out where these things are coming from?
Nah, I don't care.
You're probably paying for it.
What's the matter?
You're probably paying for it
I
somewhere.
really don't care.
I got 2 words for you. Lebanon pager.
Oh, no.
Well,
that took all the fun out of everything here, didn't it?
Hey, gosh. When it goes off, don't come to me. I give you the Trojan horse, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, I just want everyone to notice what happens and who says what. And when we get kicked off the air, he's going to say, well, it's Chick's fault. It's not my fault, okay?
Nope. Trojan horse. You know what I'm talking about, Josh. You've read a couple books, right?
We all know the story of the Trojan horse.
Well,
yeah, they went to USC and they beat UCLA. Everybody knows that story. Okay, so you believe in all this stuff. And somebody sent explosives to my house, but you're not going to believe that 2 punks work for a bike store in Florida, and they scammed you out of $250.
Remember, though, the woman working at the bike store was hot.
I thought it was hot.
She could never be up to anything.
Not overweight at all.
Oh, they got the hot girl here, the punk's over here.
Really hot.
This all adds up to the perfect scam.
Sure does.
You fell right into it.
Hey, Daphne, go out there and make eyes at the old guy.
Yeah.
He'll like that.
She wasn't making eyes. It was a little bit lower.
Oh, the cleavage was abundant.
Are you a boob guy?
Not really. No, I'm just kidding.
I know you like an ass like a house cat. I know that. You like the small
By the way,
ass.
the other day, ladies, watch out for the camel toe. My God.
What are you saying?
This woman had these.
Why are you putting a stop to this?
Don't you dare.
You worthless idiot.
No, this woman had these bike shorts on. I mean, my God. I think a gynecologist has never gone that deep.
Just let it be.
You know what? You're gonna.
It is interesting.
You're gonna queer the yoga pants thing before.
Not only that, but he'll Tom, you will mention camel toe once every 2 weeks or something like that. When you see a woman walking, you look straight at the vagina. I've never noticed that much camel toe, and I'm a pervert. I'm in the wild.
The funniest one I've ever seen was right. You know that Kroger right up here. There was a woman. I swear to God, she was carrying 2 watermelons.
Literally.
Okay, all right. Literally carrying, and not in a cart. Yeah, when she carrying 2 watermelons like this, obviously boob height, with a pair of sort of what's the color? Kind of a khaki-ish beige.
Okay.
Yoga pants.
Almost flesh tone.
Yes, and they were again incredibly tight. I wish I could have whipped my camera out.
At first, glance, did you think maybe she was wearing no pants?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, if she was, that had been quite a shaving job. But yeah, she was Krogering. And
Let's go Kroger.
apparently kegeling at the same time. So, in any event, no. That's an interesting letter, but I don't think those bicycles were part of some plot. 'Cause they seem to be very grateful when I brought the two bikes back.
Is it because you're so savvy and streetwise you would never be taken in by something like that? Is that right?
Oh, I've been taken in by many a scam, believe me. No,
Evidently, I've got illegal drones being delivered to my house.
Remember that odd story we had where people were getting packages of seeds in their mail? They're like, what the hell's this?
Oh, I do remember.
And then an alert came out and was like, please do not plant those.
Yeah.
They are from China. There's some weird seeds being sent.
Oh, man.
What does China have? Audrey 2 technology?
And how do they have my address?
And there wasn't a return address on this or anything. I don't know how they sent it in the mail in the first place.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, on that thing?
Yeah.
So you couldn't even... This is odd.
That is weird. There's no a purchase order?
I'm going to have to go...
remember in the movie Christmas Story, does he know the source of the famous leg lamp?
He signed up for the contest.
He enters lots of contests. That's only the problem.
Okay. All right. So
that box is so big, he goes, I think it's a bowling alley.
You're just getting that part of the plot of Christmas.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he had entered a contest for that. I thought it was just some random thing that arrived.
Ralphie tells you that. My dad entered all the contests.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. Let's move forward here. Coming up, we're going to talk with the great musician Michael McDonald, currently touring with the Doobie Brothers. And I've got lots of questions for him. Looking forward to talking to him.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
are you going to do the intro?
Well, I hope I think it's playing.
Oh, sorry. See, I told them that they should never have given me this.
You miss me, chick?
There we go.
No, I don't, oddly enough.
There we go.
Let's see. There we go. There we go. Everything's fine now. All right. Okay.
How about a fade?
Did I cut it off?
No, this can't. I shut it off. This can't continue. You can't have this.
I've made arrangements for you to have your own little system.
Yeah, I am confused. You hit play, and he controls volume.
That is a disaster.
That tells everything you need to know about his foundation for success.
This is all Eddie's doing, not mine.
Oh, poor
Hardest
Eddie.
working guy in the building.
You just threw him under the bus.
No, I didn't. He's giving Chicky his own little machine.
You reframe what you just said. You told him to do this.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, don't say Eddie's name. You might wake him up.
And by the way, Eddie, the tools of your I borrowed yesterday are in the room over there.
He's got the Matt Lauer lock.
Pat Godwin did a song yesterday about KY jelly and toast. Yeah. Man, remember that? Remember those good old days?
Man.
What time did you do that? Do you remember? Was that pretty early in the show?
I forget. Maybe 8-ish.
Oh, maybe we could play it. I
do it right now.
I enjoyed that very much. Get a little musicality going.
Can you whip it right now? Whip it out right now.
What was the reason for doing this story?
I lost my glasses.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Did you find them?
Yeah, I just got them back. I got my new ones are here. Woohoo!
Oh, those are nice.
How many, did you get more than one pair?
No, I just have the one pair. That's all I can afford working this job.
Can you put...
that sounds about right.
Lucky you can afford any.
That is true.
Do they have those finder discs that are small enough to go on glasses?
You mean the AirTag?
The AirTags, yeah.
Finder discs.
Whatever the hell. I can't be responsible for all this new terminology.
Maybe radio isn't for you.
Finder discs.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, is there something, because you lose them all the time.
Yeah.
These are probably expensive glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think maybe, is there like a little mini thing?
Tiny tag would work, yeah.
Do they make some? Hey, there we go.
That would be cool.
That's the name, the Tiny Tag.
Tiny Tag.
Copyright that.
Yeah.
I think they're having enough trouble with stalkers.
Do, 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 do. Christy, will you?
Oh, that's a great song.
Shame to ruin it?
No. Oh, no. I think Sonny Geraci himself would like that. You know,
Who?
Sonny Geraci from The Outsiders.
Yeah,
The lead
I'm familiar
singer.
with his work.
You don't know the song "Time Won't Let Me"?
Well, yes, but I didn't know who sang it. Did
Sonny
you know who
Geraci.
sang it?
Who possibly related to the greatest pizza place in all of Cleveland, Ohio, Geraci's Pizza.
Tom,
Yeah.
once again, I'm only going to tell you this about 50,000 more times. Your memories aren't everyone else's memories.
Sorry. I'm sure there's someone
Are you sorry?
I'm sure there's someone out there who loves Geraci's Pizza and is going to write me a nice email saying they.
Well, if you touch broadcast to one person, I guess we're doing,
if we've touched one
doing
person.
better than Howie Mandel. So.
Yeah, by the way, Sonny worked quite often with the great Chuck Mangione.
First of all, let me say that you really sold Chuck Mangione's name. I got to tell you, but I don't care how
was
much
he a trumpeter?
flavor you put on it.
I like trumpeter.
He was in the margins at best.
Chuck Mangione?
Is that what he played? I know he was a.
Chuck Mangione.
Oh, was it pronounced Mangione? I'm sorry. I always thought it was Chuck Mangione.
What a pedestrian.
I don't know.
He played. It was like instrumental brass, right?
Oh, it was great.
He did
Right.
Nadia's theme.
He had a-
Wasn't that it?
Chuck had a huge hit.
Oh, yeah. Was it called Nadia's theme?
No.
Jason's point saying that you have it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, this is. Remember this one?
Yeah, of course. I had to play this in my radio career.
So is that just a trumpet?
That's just.
Is it a trumpet or is this like a flugel?
It might be a cornet or something.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Didn't Bob have a story where he saw him in a
Yes.
bar?
Yeah, Bob
was playing this.
Bob saw Chuck Mangione in a bar, and he was wearing one of
I'm
those
Chuck Mangione
one of
t-shirt.
those really expensive leather. Like, have you seen those football jackets that are for the teams? They're like $3,000 and
A Letterman jacket?
Leather
he
jacket,
had,
yeah.
but he had one of those that said Chuck Mangione on it, and he was at this random bar. And he stood up and started playing that.
Feel So Good? Is that the name of that?
Yes,
song?
very
Crazy.
Yeah.
But he worked with Sonny Geraci. And,
Well, oh my gosh.
didn't know that.
I mean, Time Will Let Me is an absolute classic.
Well, sure.
Great song. And Pat just kind of
Ruined it.
soiled all over. But we appreciate it very much, Pat.
Simply Safe is the do-it-yourself home security system. Yes, it is, and it's protected my home for about 10 years now. You guys know that. And also, Simply Safe has Fast Protect monitoring and LiveGuard protection. Simply Safe agents can act within 5 seconds of receiving your alarm, can even see and speak to intruders and stop them in their tracks. You'll never be locked into a long-term contract. Cancel at any time. Pricing is transparent and affordable at less than $1 a day. No hidden fees ever. Simply Safe has been named Best Home Security System by U.S. News & World Report and Best Customer Service in Home Security, according to Newsweek. Easy to install and activate your Simply Safe system in less than an hour, or choose professional installation. Have a pro do it for you. Protect your home with, we got you a deal, 50% off a new Simply Safe system, plus a free indoor security camera when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I may be able to reel chick back in here.
Okay.
Sonny Geraci also worked a lot with Donnie Iris. Did that help anything?
Donnie Iris's name is spelled differently too. Yeah, well, isn't he from Cleveland or Pittsburgh?
He's from Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was the AFC Central.
And Donnie Iris. we love Donnie Iris.
Sure,
Maybe
we
we can come back with a little
I'm
bit.
sorry, I'm Grandpa. AFC North. I'm sorry.
A little bit of Donnie. We have Michael McDonald coming up later on this morning, and other delights. Some fascinating stuff in the news today. I'm really excited about it, including the Toy Hall of Fame nominees.
Oh, yes.
Come on, these are never pay off. It's a stick.
IDs in the news, and
that sounds good.
Tupperware news. It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of
Is that Chick McGee? Well, it sure is.
Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Screen Door Productions presents
A Day at Furgler's Hardware.
Now, Bob has split the hot dog and put the cheese down the middle of the hot dog.
Good. That's fine.
And now you're going to stuff that in the
And I had to surgically remove the end of the hot dog. I circumcised my hot dog.
Oh, to fit in the Twinkie.
So it'll fit in the bun.
Now, did you? That isn't a bun, though. It's a Twinkie. Now, did you take? It
is the bun, my friend.
Did you take the cream out of the Twinkie?
No.
No, you don't want to do
nuts?
that. Why would you take the cream out of the Twinkie?
Why would you take the cream out?
I'm going to take the Twinkie and shove it in there. Take it, Twinkie. Oh, the Twinkie split open.
Look at that. Let me see. Hold up your Twinkie. Now, Bob's looks more like...
Oh, boy.
How does it taste, Bob? Bob is now taking a bite of the cheese Twinkie hot dog.
Say the secret word, the dog will come down. Give down it out.
Bob, your thoughts?
Not bad.
So you've got the Twinkie, which is a cake instead of a bread bun.
It's actually not bad.
Well, Bob likes it.
A little sweet taste, a little salty taste.
Holy mother of God, that's delicious.
Oh, my God. Have we done a calorie estimate on this?
I want to make a point that Bob is using a hot dog to
As a pointer.
As a pointer.
You have got to try this.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Just one?
Yes.
One little bite.
One little bite.
Just one little teeny tiny bite.
Do you
Come on over here.
Your dog at
Come
me?
over here and bite my hot dog.
No, we can do it tomorrow if you want to add bacon. we can make arrangements.
She's eating it now. She's eating it now. Oh.
Go, baby, go.
I hope none of this creamy stuff gets on your cheeks.
Now, Bob, put your hand on the back of her head. Sorry, I don't know what that was all about.
Don't hold her ears. Just
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
Give me more.
Let her put it in her own mouth, for God's sake.
Oh yeah.
Sweet and salty, yummy.
Christy, your thoughts, please. Could you get near the microphone and give us your thoughts?
It's not bad.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
It's not bad.
See, how about that?
Bingo.
65?
All day, every day. Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Bob and Tom Pigskin Picks every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a $500 gift card from Steven Singer Jewelers. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a $500 Steven Singer gift card. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Bob and Tom Pigskin Picks.
Hey, bet your ass. That's right. Today, bet your ass. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
We've changed the name of the show to You Bet Your Ass.
You bet. And we'll have the audience scream it. You bet your ass.
Have a logo with a donkey on it.
Okay, this is just like golf. We're on to the next hole. Here we go. Brand new show. Here we go.
All right, the back nine.
That's right. We just stumbled out of the clubhouse. Here we go.
You ever think after that song Pat just did, someone said, "Hey, you want to do the back nine?" Never mind. Where were we?
There are some that are very much into that.
That's true.
Okay.
There are.
You know that, Tom. Have you ever stumbled across one of those?
No. Let's just move forward here. What have you got over there?
Josh has a penis on his collarbone.
Yes, we learned that, and I am looking into getting it removed.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's odd.
What actually happened was we had a story about a gentleman's penis who was calcifying.
Yes.
It was turning into bone.
Yep. There was like, what, 20 of cases ever or something crazy?
In the urology, there are apparently 20 cases in the history of in the medical field of ossification of the...
Penile ossification.
You know, I love my doctors and my nurses and my hospitals, and I have had my share of hospitals, and they've taken care of me. But if you're in a hospital and they bring in a doctor and a nurse and somebody who's writing a book,
yeah.
Hey, get a load of this. You might want to call a loved one or something.
Yeah. Hey, so number 20, what we're going to do is, why are you calling me number 20?
Never mind.
You're the 20th guy that this ever happened to.
Ever.
Yeah, the
8
phrase.
billion people.
The phrase from a physician, I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Wow.
Yikes. Oh, but yeah.
Penile ossification. So his penis is slowly turning into a rigid bone.
Yeah, but I think its functionality is somewhat diminished.
And you guys, and I said, I don't know how he pees out of that thing, but you guys said, well, of course he'd be able to pee. I don't think so.
I don't know what would happen there.
I think you'd have to make another hole or something.
They didn't give the end game.
Right.
No.
But if the words Black and Decker appear, and
I think there's some kind of medication that will decalcify
There
that.
are pills to decalcify, but in this case, we didn't learn.
Yeah.
So I
don't know.
What?
Apparently, it's painful as all get.
To get rid of the hardness.
Yes.
I want to have a serious
ugly women.
I want to have a serious conversation. Christy's house.
Grandparents.
Here's your mother's bra. Hold that for a while.
Would you guys want to have a bag instead of urine? You just pee into a bag all the time.
No.
Why not? How convenient would that be? You would never.
Well, no, it isn't.
You never have to go to the bathroom. Well, how many times would you have to empty it and fill it back?
All the time.
All day. A lot.
All day? No, I don't.
Well, think about you and I when we go to a movie. It's 2 times we have to get up at least.
Well, yeah, but this way with the bag, you wouldn't have to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're going to have a giant bag.
It'd be awful. You'd pull it to
I'm not gonna have a giant
You'd pull
bag.
it to the parking lot of a Walmart, and there'd be 50 bags there, empty ashtrays and McDonald's bags that these douchebags throw out the.
I know people that have had to do this. Trust me, they would rather not have to.
Of course. Of course.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Now, I can understand for poopy, it'd be a little complicated.
Oh, so we're talking medical terms. Oh. For poopy.
For poopy and pee. I think it'd be, especially during football season, it'd be crazy.
Oh, well, now you remember.
Is a catheter uncomfortable?
Yes.
Thank you, Pat.
Well, you remember the story, the guys that...
I don't think you're giving me any serious consideration.
They get ready for, what is it? Is it for the college basketball? Or there's something they put diapers on so they can watch some sporting event without getting up.
Yeah.
And they were sitting on their porch. We had the story last year.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't there a recliner you can buy that has a...
Collector?
Yeah.
Has a collector
But
pod?
I think, Tom, you're right. They do it annually, don't they?
No, but Ace, that's just silly. I'm thinking about getting a bags that I can pee in all the time. You know, they do have non-invasive catheters. You just It's
the trucker's friend. It's the sleeve.
Adhesive. It's the trucker's friend, I think is what you wanted to say.
What did I say?
Frucker's friend?
Oh, boy, that's close.
Yeah, that was
Remember the movie Semi-Tough with Burt Reynolds and Chris Christopherson?
Yes.
And there's a parody of the Est movement where you have to go and sit there all day, and he's forcing people not to take a break.
And he won't let you go to the bathroom.
But I believe it's is it the Burt Reynolds character or the Christopherson that has the...
I don't know which one does it, but one of them does.
One of them puts this sleeve, this sort of hard sleeve around his male member so he's able to pee into a jar.
Wow.
Adhesive stuff.
That movie's very dated, but still very funny.
Let's see.
Wasn't there some wacky astronaut that drove from Texas to Florida?
That was a
because
woman.
her husband was cheating or something?
No, she was the girlfriend, wasn't she?
Okay, but she was wearing diapers
Right.
the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Hell hath no fury.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was kooky. In any event, if your male member's getting calcified, you're number 21.
Yeah, boy.
Miami, Florida yesterday, we learned was the rudest city in America. So we don't have to. Miami's out as far as moving the show to Miami, right?
I've went to Miami a lot. I've been there many times.
You liked it?
Great coffee. I told you. Right, Pat lived there.
Yeah.
Well, but you guys lived in
a $10 million house.
60 million.
Hey, if you're going to live in Miami, you did it right, Pat.
Yeah, Pat.
Now, by the way, we need to explain. Pat didn't own the house.
Oh, God.
Even better. To be a kept man?
No
Isn't
bills.
that the dream?
No bills. I just did comedy and came back to that.
Why do you think it's taking him this long to get over it?
Man, I love to
What
be
Christy said is not true.
Oh, jeez. I haven't heard you haven't gotten over it yet.
I found Miami delightful.
Oh, you like...
I didn't. I was broke. If I
didn't. No, I was...
No, I'm just saying if I had a little bit of money, I may have been able to enjoy
You
it.
like the High Line, though. Don't they have High Line?
High Line.
The Pink Restaurant. Well, I'm surprised we didn't meet there.
I used to go there all the time.
I know.
They have flamingo burgers, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Right on the grill.
That place had great iced tea.
The best. The best.
That's one of my most important things about restaurants. It's hard to find quality iced tea. And I personally, I do believe in the death penalty, and whoever invented iced tea from a gun at the restaurants, shoot them. It's the worst thing ever made.
Shoot them.
It's terrible. Ruining iced tea everywhere. First thing I ask when I go to a restaurant, is this tea brewed or is this from a gun? Why do you just crap into a jar, add water, and pour it into a...
I've met
crushed ice.
There are some surfers who would happily do that.
Especially when you're... Hi, we're going to be your favorite table.
Yeah.
I'll just stab a fork in my eye.
What's coming up in sports?
All kinds of
I used to say, boy, I sure hated that when I would hand a server my empty plate. And then we did a story about the list of the most hated things. That was number 1. Oh, God. I gotta knock that off now.
Yeah.
You know what my joke was?
What?
The waitress would come up and I'd hug her. I go, because I'm never going to see you again.
It's a good one, Pat. Coming up also.
We'll be back.
Yeah, with sports. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
I get back to Kansas City. I was back last April for a wedding. And for a bunch of weird experiences, I become friends with Justin Verlander. He's a pitcher for the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
At the time, he was pitching for the Tigers. They were in town playing the Royals, but they had a night off, so he and I went out and had a couple of drinks. And while we're out, he sees a young lady. He says, I think I know her. I think she's an actress. I think me and my wife hung out with her. I said, hey, man, we're in Kansas City. There's no way that chick's an actress. She probably works at Cheesecake Factory or something. And he said, no, watch this. He calls the waiter over. He goes, who's that chick? And he goes, well, I don't know who the chick is, but everyone at that table's Mumford & Sons. They're here playing the arena tomorrow night, and they're here having dinner.
Oh, so maybe it was Carey Mulligan.
Might have been. Yeah. I don't know who it was. But he sends them a bottle on us, he says, which meant him.
Him, yeah.
Because I'm not. Listen, if you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars and we're hanging out, you're buying. All right? Sorry, dude. You fly private, you're buying drinks.
That is a good one.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
You know, he buys drinks. It doesn't even show up on his register. I buy drinks. I can't buy shoes next month. So he sends them a bottle. They come over. Turns out it's not Mumford & Sons. It's just Ann Sons. Mumford wasn't there. I don't know where he was. I assume he was back at the hotel writing a song that at some point goes, So Ann Sons come over, start talking to the Detroit Tigers. I'm not really involved, so I kind of tune it all out. When I come back into focus, Ann Sons are kind of talking smack to the Detroit Tigers about beer pong. They're like, hey, we'll whoop your butt in some beer pong. And the Detroit Tigers are like, we get paid very handsomely to put balls places. Bring it. So I said, hey, fellas, my parents live about 8 minutes from here.
Oh, boy.
We could settle this. And I said that because I know both Ann Sons and the Detroit Tigers have an entire floor to do whatever they want. So there's no reason to come to my parents' house. It was complete fake hospitality.
Right.
Until they all turned around and looked at me and said, hell yeah, let's go to your parents' house and play beer pong. And I went, oh, crap. Because it is now 2 o'clock on a Sunday night. Technically Monday morning. Yes. My parents are not gypsies. All right, they have real jobs that start in like 5 hours.
Yes.
But I also can't look at all these dudes and be like, you guys, my parents. So I just said, whatever, we're going to roll the dice, see what happens.
Sure.
So we get there. First off, as we're leaving, my sister texts me. She says, hey, I'm out and about. If you get home before I do, will you walk my dog? I said, hey, unless you're out and about with the Dave Matthews Band, you better get your butt home because it's about to go down at Ma and Pa's house. So we get back to my parents' house, start throwing beer pong, and stuff got weird. Like weirder than I've already described. Like my sister, who is 30, ended up in her prom dress. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. God bless her for still being able to fit in it, but also the hell, right? So we, at one point in the evening, I go outside to partake in some illegal activities. And
I'm assuming the pot, not
the pot, yes.
Not murder.
No. Well, we were going to see where it went. Sure. And so Ann Sons come with me. But as it was the middle of the baseball season, the Detroit Tigers could not partake.
Right. Sure.
So they had to pretend like it was the playoffs and watch. And thank you. So, read an almanac. So we came back in from smoking, and my dad's downstairs, and he's upset. He's like, what's going on down here? And I said, well, this is half the Detroit Tigers bullpen. And this is Ann Sons from Mumford & Sons. And we're playing beer pong. And it was in that moment that I realized my father was no longer sure if he was actually awake. Because you got to look at it from his point of view. He walks downstairs. It's the middle of the night. He sees a bunch of weird dudes that he kind of recognizes. And my sister's in her prom dress. Like, things are weird.
Yeah.
And he's just confused. He's just like, Is that Justin Verlander? And I said, yes, sir, it is. He goes, I don't know what's happening right now. And he walked upstairs. That was the last we saw of him.
Wow. He didn't say, is Kate here?
No, he was just like, what? And the whole next day I'm freaking out because my parents do a lot for me. I don't even be making them upset over some stupid.
Sure.
Right.
So when Dad gets home, I'm completely ready to take him out to dinner, buy him some drinks. And he walks in like he's had the greatest day of his life. And I say, what happened to you? And he's like, well, I woke up this morning and I hated you. I cursed your name all the way to work. But then I got to work and everyone started asking me why I looked so tired and exhausted. So I started complaining about my son bringing home the Detroit Tigers and Mumford & Sons and playing beer pong all night. And now I'm the coolest dude in the office.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, I've never tried it either.
Well, it sounds like you tried it and you didn't like it.
Assuming that you wouldn't like
I
it.
guess there's a possibility I might care for it.
But I'm with you, Chick. I don't care if I like it. Plenty of other things I like.
And I was completely unaware of what was going on and had to be explained to me. And it ruined the song Peg for me by the Steely Dan.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now.
Or else. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi. Hey, Chick.
Hey, yourself.
What?
That's right. Josh Arnold.
I'm just saying, hey.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee. I just realized today I've been bitching about you in a restaurant. We're having lunch today. I just remembered that.
See what's in your iced tea.
Oh, my God. Son of a gun.
Chick McGee is poised at the Dude Wipes sports desk.
Howdy.
Dude Wipes. Tell me about Dude Wipes.
I will tell you about Dude Wipes. Think about it. If Abraham Lincoln was using toilet paper, is it right for you? I don't think so.
No. A lot of things have come a long way since then.
Look what happened to Lincoln. Grant used toilet paper.
4 sheets and 7 rolls ago, our forefathers wiped themselves dry.
Dump your toilet paper roll. Wet cleans better than dry. It's just good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down. That's Dude Wipes. What else did we learn yesterday? Tom has bought a lot of jewelry. We probably shouldn't dwell on that. Let's see. Jess Hooker might prepare us bone marrow next week. That's exciting.
Yeah, I've never eaten that.
It's you ever have oxtail soup?
I have.
I've never had it, but I'm curious. Evidently, it's the middle part of the tail.
Yeah, the round.
Yeah, it's a big thing in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Do they scrub it clean? I mean, you got that mud vein back there.
Oh,
no, it's not part.
The tail doesn't have a mud vein.
No, the
but
mud vein stops before it gets to the
The tail's getting squirted all the time.
Well, they
It's
wash
Not on
very,
the
and it's
inside.
also there's no fur.
I'm sure it's high 90% E. coli. I'm never eating it.
Dog pizza. We talked about that again yesterday.
This is a place where they're delivering
Josh got upset.
Pizza for you. It's designed for dogs. And I remember that the pizza crust is made of chicken instead of bread.
So is the dog pizza more expensive than the human pizza? A chicken crust has to be pricier than just dough.
I would think so, yeah.
I imagine it's probably a relatively small pizza.
You're right.
But that's a great idea. I wonder if they could do that in the U.S. of A.
You guys met Monkey, right? She's a golden retriever.
Sure,
She's like 70 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, standard size. And a couple of weekends ago, we're watching preseason football, and I've made a pizza because what have I said? It's good luck, right? I make a pizza.
Yeah, the home run in pizza.
I get the pizza. So I put it on the top of the oven, the range, to cool, and I hear something behind me as I'm watching my TV. Here's my chair. There's the TV. Back here's the kitchen. And I hear her. I look up. She has taken the entire pizza off the top of the range and has never been happier. Tail wagging. Pizza is in the floor, and she's just mowing on that thing.
Yeah, I got one of those.
And then the littler one comes over and joins in.
Aha.
What flavor was it?
Pepperoni and sausage and cheese.
Did you scold them?
No, I let them go ahead and eat what they wanted.
They ate the whole pizza?
Well, I let them more or less. I let them get a good bite.
But you didn't say anything to them at all?
No, I didn't.
Scolding, nothing?
No.
Wow.
Did your team win?
I forget. It was preseason.
Oh, okay.
Nobody got injured.
I was going to say, if they won, then that means every week now it's pizza time for the dogs.
It was kind of adorable, though.
You didn't say anything to the dogs. See, I feel like if Tom and I were over at your house and you were letting a pizza cool and we knocked it off the stove and ate it off of the floor, you'd say something to us.
I would say something to you.
He'd say, what the hell are you doing in my house? Number one.
What the hell's going on here, fellas? You know me, I like it when they lay down. I don't want them wandering around the house. Go lay down. Go lay down.
It makes you a little nervous.
What are they doing? What are they up to?
They're plotting. I told you they whisper about me when I'm not. Let's see. Listening this morning, this is from Dick Hancock.
Hey, Dick Hancock.
Listening this morning, I heard you guys discussing famous book titles.
Yes.
No.
I wanted to draw your attention to the fabulous tome.
Love it.
U.P. Knightley, and he wrote Rusty Bed Springs. He had another bestseller years later, On Golden Pond. That's U.P. Knightley.
Yes, of course. And then that was Rusty Bed Springs.
Rusty Bed Springs.
Peter Burns was Sliding Down the Banister. That's my favorite.
I do like that one.
That's very
There's
good.
also, there's U.P. Knightley, and then, of course, what is it? Let It, or Peeing into the Wind or something by I.P. Freely? What is that one? I forget.
Yeah,
I don't remember
I.P. Freely is like
that
Golden Streams in the Woods or something. I forget.
Wasn't it like yellow T-shirt or something by IP? I forget. Pissing in the Wind. I forget what it was. We're not getting that one right. I don't know.
No.
I think the first one I ever heard was Seymour Butts Under the Bleachers.
Yeah, my dad told me that, and oh boy, just loved it.
It was Seymour Heine where I came from.
Oh, that's also great. Might be better in a way.
Yeah.
Although Butts is an actual last name you will hear every now and again.
Right. Absolutely.
Which is always funny.
Here's some. These are just some I looked up.
Okay.
American Breakfast by Chris P. Bacon.
That's
so cute.
That's just that's cute instead of we like them kind of
like them a little raw.
Yeah,
you like them naughty.
Yeah, but that one you can tell your little
everywhere.
Your children.
These are ones that when you're 6, you think your parents don't know them.
Yeah,
and you giggle behind
you think
the
they're dirty. Yeah.
Here's one. How about the book Carbuncles by Ivor Boyle?
Ivor Boyle.
These are all kind of tame though. Constipation by Anita Pooh.
Oh yeah,
you remember that one too. Dentistry by Phil McCafferty. Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow. I Am Balding. You remember?
I am.
There is a book by Phil McCracken.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Large Snakes by Anaconda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are
these are
simple. Yeah.
I'm going to have to look up The Dirty.
Oh,
I
Racy
didn't
Thomas.
take my audience into consideration. A couple of sports news. Following a one-year absence, the New York Yankees rest easy, America. They are back in the playoffs. They spent last year sitting at home on the couch, and the Yankees wrapped up their place in the playoffs 2024 edition with a 2-1 win over the Mariners in 10 innings last night. New York has the best record in the American League, 89-63, and leads second place Baltimore, the O's, by 5 games, the American League East, with 10 games to play. And, oh, by the way, Tom, Hey, Ohtani.
Hey, Ohtani.
Oh, we did something a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's something. You
No,
got
no, Saquon Barkley works
Quan
because
Barkley.
then we all say Quan Barkley.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with Hey Otani. I don't know what's wrong.
Lack of humor.
There's no
obnoxious.
functioning wordplay. It doesn't work.
I just realized the fulcrum of this is on you, Josh. If you don't participate, all is lost.
I've been the one standout.
Yes, I think you have. Anyway, he stole his 49th base and moved closer to becoming the first 50-50 man in Major League Baseball history. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. He has 48 home runs, 49 stolen bases.
This is nothing to ignore.
This is amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And he's obviously going to be, they're saying, the MVP, even though he's not playing a position. He's a DH. You think that's fair, Tom?
Sure.
You think that's all right?
Yeah.
Not playing the field, but he's an MVP.
That's the way it works.
I don't. The National League just got the DH not that long ago. I don't think it does work. He'd be the second player to win the MVP in both leagues. He won with the Angels, Frank Robinson, with the Reds and the Orioles.
Wow.
You remember Frank Robinson?
I certainly do.
You certainly do.
Fall ball. You got to love it.
And the Brewers, the Brew Crew, became the first Major League team to clinch a playoff spot. They sealed their third National League Central title. I love the Brewers because they have Bernie Brewer sliding down when they hit a home run. He's a Bavarian Muppet, more or less. He slides down a slide and goes into a big keg of beer.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Slide?
I have. All
right. Sorry to bother.
I have not.
You haven't seen Bernie Brewer?
No,
It's a great stadium if you get a chance to go. It's a lot of fun.
In Milwaukee?
Yeah.
What about Wrigley Field?
Yeah, you got to go to that,
That's
too.
a fun time.
You got to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Bring your earplugs.
Especially when you're wearing a Cardinals jersey, right?
First off, don't do that.
My husband would do that.
Bernie Brewer, show Christy Bernie Brewer here. Maybe we'll come back with that.
Okay.
And the WNBA is going for expansion. That's right. Back to Portland, Oregon's biggest city, getting an expansion team that will start playing in 2026. And there's a big giant rumor that the NBA is expanding to two cities are reportedly a lock, in quotes, Las Vegas and Seattle. And the big sticking point in Seattle is are they going to be able to use the team name Supersonics. That's right. And
why did they leave Seattle?
They're going to be typical money.
The rain. They went over time of this rain.
It was grunge music.
Yeah.
A lot of drizzle.
They just got sick of the music.
They couldn't work flannel.
Overrated.
A
A lot of sameness.
Yeah.
Okay, you know 3 chords. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. We're talking here. Hey, the drummer's got some songs. That's all I know.
We're going to have some fun with sports, and hence Willie and his prize picks.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. You're already watching, now have some fun. Season-long fantasy takes up so much time, but on Prize Picks, you can pick a new lineup every single day. Go to prizepicks.com, or you can use the Prize Picks app. All you have to do is pick 2 or more players across any sport. Then pick more or less on their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Over the weekend, I won with Prize Picks. I picked Caleb Williams to get more than half a pass yard, and Jaden Daniels to get more than 169.5 pass yards. And you can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. So if one of your players goes down in the first half, you don't have to worry. Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Download the Prize Picks app today or go to prizepicks.com and use code TOM to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Thank you very much, Willie. Have some fun with Prize Picks. Speaking of picks, we've got some interesting information about picks on the way, and some more interesting news in the world of sports, and a bunch of cool stuff in the news today. I'm very excited about some of the things that we have coming up in the news. You plan to live on being over 100 years old? We got good news and bad news about that. And the Toy Hall of Fame, the nominees have been posted. And, Pat, you got a song for us. So we'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, got a question.
Wait a second.
I'll get that. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, I'd love to say we just landed, but I'm still driving.
Oh.
I know. Like I said yesterday, with all these spring breakers clogging up the airlines, I rented a car, making the most of my wizard number, but it's fair to say I've had my fill of Zone 4 people. I know. I just crossed over into IL from IN, and for once I didn't have to do a touch-and-go at ORD first.
Oh, nice.
I'm at a truck stop, and like most road dogs, I had to re-up on my supply of sugar-free Celsius and veggie straws, and I'd be giving anything to be in the Sky Club about right now, but unfortunately, my rental car has a nail in the tire. Yeah, I got to find a place to get my tire fixed.
Yeah.
I'll take a bird strike any day over this, but this is really going to set me back. Bob and Tom, hang on a sec. Let me ask this trucker if he knows a place to get my flat fixed around here.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I found myself in a predicament. My right front is low. Picked up a nail. Would you happen to know a reputable tire place around these parts? Oh, you've definitely got yourself a flat there. That's going to turn into a roll down occasion. Probably won't attend to it. That's why I roll on Goodyear tires. I don't use those commie brands. I wouldn't put those on a moped, but if you can make it up to Pete's Tire Center, you're only 2 miles away. I think it sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to find Pete. What you want to do is take a left out of here. You're going to go maybe a mile and a half on the south side of the road. You're going to see a sign for Joe Gin Spa. Now, if you can't make it all the way to Pete's, be sure to stop in there. Hey, Todd, I've got to take this. I got to call on my burner. They may not fix your flat at Joe Gin's, but you're going to feel like they did. Here, I've got a gift card that's got $40 left on it. I haven't been in almost a year on account of my cholesterol being what it is. When you get there, ask for Lou. Tell her you'll pass on the table sign, but you still wanted to take a look at your undercarriage. Hey, gang, looks like this might take a while. Let's circle back and reload for tomorrow. We just landed.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, easy, right here. My God.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcast. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
You know his work with us. Sticks, and he's going to be doing some solo stuff for us.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. We have a performance room right next to this room. You can see through the glass. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear? Greg found all the drumsticks.
Yeah, you need a couple more.
Can you hear us?
I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
Okay. Are you going to... Is this?
I date tons of chicks. Well, I date one, but she weighs tons. Come on. Take your top off. Hey, Christy, what's in the news?
He likes those symbols.
That's very nice. Is that song called "Take Your Top Off"?
Yeah, that's my new tune. It's a big hit.
I like that very
Let me
much.
test you guys. You guys know music, right?
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. What song is this? What song is this? Name that tune.
Well, there's about 10,000
Yeah,
songs.
let's start that way.
That's the B-52's Love Shack. I thought you guys knew music. How about this one?
Love Shack.
Walk like an Egyptian. Come on!
That was good. That was very nice. Can I do requests?
Certainly.
Can you do Mississippi Queen?
Whoa, where's, hold on.
You need cowbell.
Here we go. Come on. That's all I know.
That was beautiful. You nailed it.
Hey, wait, what about a Honky Tonk Women from the Stones?
How's that go?
No, you got to get the cowbell. You got to get. I thought you knew music.
Come on.
I didn't know you were going to spin it on me.
There we go.
That's not it.
What's this?
That's Mississippi Queen again.
How about this song right here?
I don't know.
That's a Pink Floyd tune right in the middle of the song. There we go. A little power, a little thunder for you.
I give up. What was that one?
I know, I was just laying down some funk. Okay, let's go.
Lay it down. Greg Hahn is our guest.
Play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
Ray, same. You didn't say colon. Ray, colon, same. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We got bone marrow emails flooding.
We got books that are being written.
Yeah.
What was the one you had?
I believe Josh had the latest one. Something about throwing something.
Oh, Spots on the Wall by Who Flung Poo.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Check His Pulse by Izzy Dead. Izzy, like Izzy Stradlin.
You've heard of Antlers in the Treetops by Who Goose the Moose.
Oh, that's a great one.
Now, where was Who Goose from?
I want to say northern Georgia.
Okay.
50 Yards to the Outhouse by Willie Make It.
There you go.
Illustrated by Betty Won't, of course, the classics.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, everyone. My name's John. I'm from Colorado City, Colorado. I hope you're in the county of Colorado. We have a lot of cattle ranchers up here, and one of which is a really good friend of mine. There's really no way to say this without being made fun of, but he's my hookup for bone marrow.
Oh, okay.
Bone marrow is delicious. My two sons and I refer to it as meat butter. We put it on toast, fry eggs with it. The best is cooking it low and slow in a soup or a stew.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly rich flavor. Definitely something you'd try if you've never had it. Take care, everyone.
Well, thank you.
So Dog kind of had the right idea here. Doggies are chewing on the bone marrow.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
All animals try to get to that marrow.
We have asked Ms. Hooker to make us some for next week. I've never had bone marrow.
She liked the bone.
Okay. Now, are we visiting the world of sports at this
Donna
point?
Kelsey.
You had what was it, the 50? Do you explain the 50-50 thing to me one more time?
50-50.
The baseball 50-50.
Oh, Shohei Ohtani is going to be the first. There's been a 40-40. I think Ronald Acuna did that. A couple other players. 40 stolen bases, 40 home runs. But this would be the first ever time in Major League Baseball.
Because what's his name? Who was the country singer? He got the 50-50. I don't know. It was George Jones, and he gave a night about a 50-50 chance he'd show up.
That was George Jones. He was a 50-50 man, yeah.
He's a 50-50 man. Sorry, Dan.
Can I tell you something? Josh, you'll understand this. I got excited. He asked me a question, and I actually knew the answer. And I was going to engage in a conversation with him, but I'm come to find out.
You're just a setup.
He's just using me as a stooge.
Just wanted to reference Old Possum.
Yeah.
Reference, tell a George Jones joke.
No show Jones.
He stopped loving her today.
Oh, what a great
That
song.
is a great song.
Oh, that is amazing.
He killed her out back by the barn. Isn't that how it goes?
I think someone died.
That's one of the versions.
Don't you miss those old ads for the collections where they would put together a themed music, and it would be great story songs.
Oh yeah.
He stopped loving her today. They'd get and that would also have like the one with the tree and the dead guy. What was that one?
Oh, Bobby Goldsboro.
What was that one?
Honey.
Oh, honey, I miss you.
Honey, I miss you.
And she dead planted a tree or something. So
they would
sad.
scroll the titles, and the one that was playing would be like highlighted in yellow.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd see the titles and go, no, play that one. I don't want this one.
And then whoever wrote the copy for that, and then now how much would you pay?
Yeah.
That really stuck in my head.
It was always a bonus LP.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you get great story songs, you also get rap, the golden years.
And you'd get, there was always a difference in mediums. It was on 3 CDs or 24 cassettes.
That's right.
Hip-hop, the great things, bitches, whores, and guns.
You know, there was a time.
That could also be country.
Yeah.
You could get vinyl, reel-to-reel tape, 8 tracks, cassettes. They had all the formats.
Man,
I've been wanting to buy a reel-to-reel tape machine for the house.
I have one.
And hook it up to speakers and get some.
I haven't hooked it up in years.
There's a restaurant downtown that has that. There are sound systems. Everything's run on a reel-to-reel.
I want to play like they have albums and things on reel-to-reel, and I was wondering how you'd go about finding like Asia by Steely Dan on reel-to-reel.
Oh, it's out there.
I'm sure
did it sound particularly good?
No,
I don't think so. It's just
something.
It's something I could say at a party if I ever go to a party.
Did you guys ever own a reel?
Or you could use it when you date a woman. Would you like to come see my reel-to-reel?
Maybe you'd like to come back to my apartment.
Yeah.
And,
that's a good
And the great thing about the reel-to-reels, you had to have Q-tips and alcohol because you had to clean the heads.
Yeah.
And then I could ask her, does this smell like chloroform to you?
Did anybody own a reel-to-reel answering machine? You'll see those in like old.
The closest I got was a cassette answering machine.
Yeah, I remember the mini cassettes we had.
Yeah.
I loved those.
Yeah.
I love the old-fashioned answering machines.
That you record
outgoing messages were fun.
When you and Bob lived together, did you leave a team message? I'm Bob. I'm Tom.
We had
at the tone. Leave a message.
We had a one-way 4-track reel-to-reel machine that I still kind of have, and we could record very elaborate, sound-on-sound recordings.
Ah.
So we would make very elaborate phone messages.
Really?
Yeah. And then we would our friends would call just to hear what we were doing. It was we'd kind of like the stuff we would do down the road as radio bits.
Huh.
Chick, were you a fan of the answering machine message when you would call somebody? Hello? Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I'm not in right now.
People still do that.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Yes.
I
hate it.
Yeah, that's awful. Isn't it? I don't leave voicemail anymore.
Yeah, most people get annoyed if you leave them a voicemail.
I can't remember the last voicemail I got. It's been a while.
I got 2 yesterday.
Greg Warren leaves voicemail.
Does he?
Oh, well, that explains
and it's always
a lot.
some bit.
Oh. Trying to make you laugh, is he?
Is it, you better keep sucking on that sucker, sucker?
Yeah, he likes to quote that.
Yeah, he likes that.
Well, I should block him.
Does your phone now print out the voicemail so you can read it?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing technology.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I don't care for...
But it doesn't always get it right.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it's off.
Well, it's doing the best it can.
I know,
it's still amazing.
It's going up to a satellite and coming back
I don't
down.
like that it's starting to transcribe audio texts. I know that's a oxymoron, but when you can record something and send as a text message, it'll now have the first couple sentences beneath the recording so you can see what the person is saying in that recording. It's ruined many shocking jokes between my brothers and I, where you used to have to hit play to hear what complete nonsense we're sending each other. Now that you can read it, and none of us like it. Because we used to try to catch Jeff when he was in meetings.
What would you say?
Because
did you get him once?
Is he the only one that has what you would call an adult job?
No, my youngest brother has an adult job too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'd be in a meeting and you'd send him some.
And if he were, dude, I just played that in my office and people could hear it.
I think you might be able to
I'm hoping so.
To take that function off.
Right.
I think.
Are you getting the 16, Tom? Have you made the leap? Have you made the jump?
Yeah.
Is it out?
No.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's like tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So I can go to a store tomorrow and get it?
I'm not so sure, but yeah, it's any day now. I bought the case already.
Counting your chickens, huh?
I got the case as well.
You did?
Yeah.
I dropped my phone.
It's a bigger screen
every day.
But it's a thinner phone and it's a longer phone. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Do you drop your phone?
He drops his phone every day.
Constantly.
Every day?
You drop your phone every day?
It's slippery. I don't know.
Well, you got to have the app.
Muhammad Ali didn't drop his phone every day.
Wait a minute.
It usually involves dogs.
Wait a minute.
I'm out there walking 3 dogs. I've got leashes. I'm all tied up, and I just dropped my phone.
Even with the lanyard on your
fence.
phone?
Yeah, that's what I got the lanyard for.
Get an invisible fence at least.
Get an invisible fence.
I like walking the dogs. It's good for them.
Well,
It's good for
they
me.
don't like you walking there.
It is good for you. Yeah, keep doing it. It's good.
Got my hat at night with the blinking lights on it.
Boy, that's got to be a sight.
One of my neighbors stopped the other day and said, "Thank you for doing this." So I have a baseball cap, and I have these blinking lights that you clip on the front and the back, and then I have a flashlight that clips on the front. Thank you, Ace.
You know they were making fun of you.
No, this way, if it's dark outside, they can see. Oh, there's a guy up there with 3 dogs walking.
Okay, what exactly did they say when they
He said, "Thank you for doing this. Now I know it's much easier for me to run you over."
Is that pretty much it?
No, just hey, thanks for doing that. It's very helpful.
Remember when we first realized that Willie was absolutely Tom's son? Willie came in here one morning and he goes, "I bought a bunch of reflective vests. And what I'm going to do is when I see somebody walking in the dark, I'm going to hand them this reflective vest." And just, my gosh, if you aren't your dad's son.
Well, that Gregor Mendel had something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it's like a genetic.
Christy will agree with me. There used to be a walking club, and they'd be walking here down this hill all the time.
It would scare you.
And they're all dressed in black. It's like, hey, you're morons.
There's a guy now that does it in the morning, but he, like you, has the big light on the front with a miner's helmet. I just saw him this morning, and I, went way around him, and he thanked me. He waved and like he was.
But it's smart, like for motorcyclists to have their light on. And there's I told you yesterday, my buddy with he's like an expert bicycle guy, and he has that flashing lights in the front and back of his bikes day and night, and he has radar on his bicycle. Tells him when stuff's coming up from the back.
Is that right?
It's awesome.
As Christy said when you told this story, why didn't he just get a mirror and look behind him?
Bike mirrors aren't as... Maybe on I've never driven a motorcycle. I've ridden on the back of one, but bicycle mirrors aren't great, right?
Do you have one on yours?
No, because I remember kind of having one as like a teenager or something and going, I still can't really tell what's going on.
Hey, Tom, why don't you get this to walk on?
A fireman's hat?
A fireman with
a siren? I have one of those.
The red, woo.
Please get that.
Only, of course, the siren would make, but just the
I did get the lights flashed to me. I was walking the dogs, and I had the hat with the blinking lights on it. The security guy at the end of the dead end, he didn't know what was happening.
I bet he did.
Popped his lights on like, hey, you. Then you realize, it's some idiot with 3 dogs.
I don't think many robbers wear a hat that has a light on the front of it.
I'm not sure why he thought he was going to freak me out. I'm so sorry. Let's just move on here.
Donna Kelsey, you guys know who she is, right?
Is that Travis's mom?
Nope, it's Travis's mom and Jason's mom. That's right. She is the latest family member to make her mark on the world of entertainment.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
OnlyFans?
She is going to be appearing in 2 now upcoming Hallmark Christmas movies that are football themed. She won't be playing favorites between her sons, though. First one is a Kansas City Chiefs holiday touchdown, a Chiefs love story. That resolved. We had this story earlier, revolves around a Fan of the Year contest. And then Christmas on Call features a diehard Eagles fan who helps his love interest get to know Philadelphia and everything about that wonderful city, Philadelphia.
Okay.
I love those Hallmark.
I do too, man. I don't care. You can make fun of me all day. I love them.
What's your favorite part of the Hallmark movies, Tom?
The meet cute.
There we go.
I know it. Yeah.
You don't sit down and watch Hallmark movies. You're not fooling us.
Tom has said that you have them on the background, and they sort of set it.
Yeah.
I actually do.
I have a television set on at my house 24 hours a day.
What?
Yeah, but you don't know what's on it.
I just walk by it and look and see, hey, Angela, how's it going?
From Thanksgiving weekend to New Year's Day, it's Hallmark on my TV.
I like Hallmark movies, but you've admitted that you don't sit down and watch TV.
Very rarely.
They're like a warm blanket.
Yeah. But those
don't
things,
you just like quiet in your house? Why do you have your TV on?
I don't have the sound on most of the time. It's just, it's in the kitchen. I can look over there.
Okay.
And see what's going on with the weather and stuff.
No, you already said you say hi to the people on the TV. You know they can't hear you, right?
Well, they can't hear you.
Hi, Lester.
No, yeah. Hi, Angela. Yeah.
Hey, Nora.
Hi, Chuck.
Do you say hi back to people on commercials? Usually, it's like some cute woman with a headset on in a call center. Hi, I'm Angela.
Maybe I say that.
Hi,
I say hi.
How are you?
Oh, it looks like a nice day in Mumbai. See, they're kidding.
Have you ever done this? Your name's Steve. Really?
Yes, I have.
And you're in Texas? Really?
You don't have to do that.
No.
Tell us your name. I'd rather know where you really are.
Me too.
I'd rather hear your real name than...
Yeah, exactly.
Like Chick?
No, but you know what I'm...
We're talking about call centers. We're not talking about us.
Yeah.
It's a show business.
You want to hear about Germany?
Yeah.
It's finally happening, Tom. Germany's first hobby horsing championship took place last weekend. You guys know what this is.
Who has that kind of free time?
300 riders, including about 20 adults.
Riders?
They cantered around a gymnasium in Frankfurt with about 1,500 spectators in attendance.
Now, a hobby horse is just the horse head on a broomstick?
Yes.
Horse head on a stick.
Never fun?
God, what a dumb thing.
The competition I saw, they were jumping obstacles.
Yeah, here you go.
Here he goes.
Look
at that.
Whoa.
He's riding his horse around.
Sure he is.
Look at that.
Look at that. He's doing the dressage.
Yeah, prancing.
That's great.
I bet that feels nice on the old vajayjay.
It must. And, of course, you don't wear underwear for better grip.
You know,
she's grooming her horse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're
these
not
people
really
are insane.
This is going to be in the next Olympics. This actually makes breakdancing look interesting.
You know, some of these people aren't adults. You realize that.
Oh, yeah, they're just kind of teens having
Some
fun.
of them, yeah.
Oh, boy, that is wonderful.
Meisterschaft. Something, I think that means...
Now we have an adult.
Horse on a stick. Oh, look at that poor bastard.
Meisterschaft.
Look, here's a fatty.
Now we have a great...
Oh, look at the size
horse is going...
He goes grimace.
Who has that kind of free time? Your life is so not valuable. You want to waste it doing this.
They enjoy doing it.
Oh, good.
They get
The
out.
competition is part of a growing wave of hobby horsing events internationally.
Hey, look, it's Germany. Let's just be thankful when they get when there's gathering Germans, they're doing that.
I forgot. No, Albert Speer designed Klieg lights and a good sound system. Seagull.
Event stem from a grassroots movement in Finland.
That is so incredible.
Finland, that's where it came from, huh?
I don't remember. The sport involves participants performing movements similar to show jumping.
I love the dressage.
And it has on here dressage on sticks.
By the way, am I wrong? Was the hobby horse fun for some? No. Christy?
No.
We actually have the hobby horse is coming up, believe it or not, in another news story today.
I think the only one that might have been fun was the one that actually rocked. You sat on it.
Yeah, a rocking horse.
Yeah, not the head on a stick. That always alarmed me.
Here's a toy they won't be able to refuse.
Yeah. I went past Dahmer's backyard. He had a dog on a stick. Why don't we put a horse's head on it?
Boy, they say that's how it starts.
I guess, apparently it's quite popular. I know it did really well on a recent Gallup poll.
There we go.
Sorry.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm so sorry.
I like that very much.
Doesn't this look like an event you'd see at a mental hospital?
It does. Yeah. It does.
Just, I'm riding my horse.
Because did you notice the odd part was no one was smiling.
No, they're all very serious.
Well, they're taking it
They're competing.
They weren't laughing or anything.
No, they weren't.
Although I felt bad for that poor guy cleaning up all the poop on the floor.
Little wood chips.
Would you get would you get style points if you dropped like blocks on the floor?
Right.
That'd be fun, right?
Oh, this is so stupid.
I enjoyed it. I would go to an event if there were.
You'd go to see a hobby horse.
Oh, dude, it's mad.
Get a beer and a couple dogs. Yeah.
Find a crazy lady to hang out with for a while.
And start cheering and do the wave. Yes.
Oh, God. Well,
We'll be right back.
All right. Thank you very much. We have coming up in sports.
I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. We might visit the Marshall head coach again yesterday because the line went up between Ohio State and Marshall this weekend.
Oh, good.
Marshall's getting 40 now.
Oh, we have a great story about contemporary electronic systems in automobiles, and beware.
Okay.
You could get trapped in a car.
I've been trying to warn you guys about
this. Is a great story coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom.
No, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just. This is what the Surgeon General is saying.
I know.
So
I think those women who can't are pretty much, by and large, selfish, aren't they?
Screw you, Chick.
Yeah. Don't you wish just once they'd have a day, one day a year, where you could say whatever you wanted in the radio? Just so that one time.
I'm over here working, okay?
You know what you could do?
What?
Walk in there and have Dean do it for you. You walk in there, tell Chick what you want to say, and he can fix it for you. A few minutes ago, Chick said something mean to Christy, and she...
I didn't. Was that mean? I was
Yes,
just
it
making
was.
an observation.
I was saying that some women are unable to breastfeed for a number of reasons, and you said...
The main reason I can think of is because they're selfish.
So Christy
She
wanted...
seems very well adjusted
Right
and
now.
very
Christy
intelligent.
wanted to respond, and I have great faith in our editor.
Me too, because if
Christy
not, I've
wanted
lost
to
my job.
respond.
We now have the response.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Hey, Chick, you. You've never had to breastfeed. You don't know what it's like. You're a ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. So shut your mouth, you stupid ass.
You know, that last beep could have used a little more word.
A little less a little less...
And not so much hole. A little heavy on the hole on that one.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Hi, Christy. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, hi, Chick. How are you?
We put on our Facebook if you'd like to ask Christy some questions. And we
did?
I don't know who it is. I'm saying we.
Okay.
I had nothing to do with this.
Right.
It says ask Christy. And they sent questions in, and here's what happened.
These are things people, our fans, our listeners want to know about me.
Want to know about you. Ask Christy is
Can't
the
believe
title
anything in my life is that interesting, but you go.
Here we go.
All right.
William, ask Christy, what's your favorite genre of music?
Well, William, I would probably have to say classical music is one of my favorites because I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a little bit of chatter that goes on, and I need some relaxation on the way to and from work because it can be a little stressful. And then I really like rock and roll, classic rock, pop. Got kids, you know, I'll jam to the Bruno Mars every now and then, sure.
Oh, I like Bruno Mars.
Oh, who doesn't? Uptown funk you up, baby.
Did you say, funk? Funk you up, uptown funk you up. Okay.
Seriously, the first time you heard that song, you did a double take.
Sure. I'm sure that's why the funk is.
That's why it's there. Go ahead.
Tyree asked Christy.
Yes, Tyree.
How many hot dogs can you fit in your mouth at a time?
None.
None?
None.
You don't like hot dogs?
Not particularly.
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie?
I'll have a hot dog at the baseball games, but I would take bites.
Now, I'm
a biter.
Now, the hot dog... Do you hold the hot dog like this, or like this, or...
I don't know. I've never thought about how I hold my hot dog.
I'm just asking.
I've never thought about it.
This
kind
isn't
like
Ask Christy. This is Chicks Ask Christy. Like this, or like this.
Kind of
like that?
Not...
Like this? Like this? Or like this. Maybe it's a big hot dog. Oh.
No, not like that.
Not like that?
No, because I don't put anything on them, so there's nothing that's going to squirt out.
Naked hot dog.
Yes.
Because she doesn't want anything squirting out.
That's right. Nothing.
Our next question, Jason asked Christy, why are women so mean to each other? Oh, I want to know this.
That's a good question.
I want to know this.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
Because there's this unwritten competitive thing between women, and that's why when you see women all dressed up, they're not dressing for you guys. They're dressing for each other. Trust me on this one. Because all women are sizing up their competition all the time.
Really?
That's why, yeah, I really believe that.
David asked Christy.
Are there any girls asking questions?
Let's see. Yes, one's coming up.
Okay, good.
David asked Christy, do your farts smell like peppermint or cinnamon rolls?
I don't fart, David. Thank you. Next question.
I don't think that's true at all.
I don't. Ladies do not.
Linda asks,
yes,
Christy, when the guys never let you finish a sentence or interrupt you for the umpteenth time, how do you keep How do you keep from getting pissed off? She does get pissed off. That's not a question.
I don't know if you've noticed lately, but I have a new 2015 deal. I've been kind of getting vocal about it, and I probably should stop, because I have been getting a little upset. You guys really don't let me finish
That's not true at all. Shh. Larry asked Christy, what Hollywood celebrity would you most like to make hot monkey love to?
Ooh.
Hollywood celebrity.
Age appropriate?
No, God, no. Heck no.
Probably George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
Do I only get to pick one?
No, you can pick as many
Hollywood
as you want.
Celebrity or like music guy or what?
Whoever popped into your mind when I said hot monkey love.
Well, that's so creepy on so many fronts. But I have to say George Clooney because that would be the apropos answer. Or Bradley Cooper would be good.
He's great in American Sniper.
Yeah.
I can't recommend that movie.
This is my interview, not yours.
Sorry. And finally, your neighbor Mike asked Christy, have you found the cameras yet?
Oh, gosh. My neighbor Mike.
I don't
Poor
think that's a
Mike.
real question.
I don't think that is.
Are we going to keep doing this? We're going to keep asking Christy if you want to send your questions into Facebook? Or
I'm happy to answer your question.
Yeah, that's great. You want to ask Chick? That would be the way to go, maybe. Ask Chick.
How come it's always about you? Always.
We'll be right back. That's a lie. Good night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, I've never tried it either.
Well, it sounds like you tried it and you didn't like it.
Assuming that you wouldn't like
I
it.
guess there's a possibility I might care for it.
But I'm with you, Chick. I don't care if I like it. Plenty of other things I like.
And I was completely unaware of what was going on and had to be explained to me. And it ruined the song Peg for me by the Steely Dan.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. There's Tom Griswold. A lot of topics today.
Yeah, coming up once again.
Lost track.
We have a second news story about that dumb hobby horse.
Yeah.
But it is worth watching the videos because it makes you feel better about yourself.
I know you make fun of me all the time because I go to polo a lot, but we have this thing. It's a charity event, and they have hobby horse races. But the hobby horses are now, like, inflatable. They're not even like the little stick guys. Have you seen these?
No, I'm just pausing because I can't believe I can't believe it.
No, they're for kids, but I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not adults,
okay.
but they're kids. But they don't... They have like an inflatable hobby horse.
Yeah, I don't have I used to have a hobby horse, the horse on a stick, but I put it out to stud.
Yeah.
And I'm reaping the benefits.
Very nice.
You seen my car? That's all stud fees for my hobby horse. These are adult people running around doing horse stuff. It's really dumb. Sorry.
I liked it. Is it a phenomenon yet? I think it might be a phenomenon. It's really sweeping the world.
We've had 3 or 4. This isn't our only story about this.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Let me see if I can find one of the other ones. This was the championships, in Germany?
Right. But what did you say? They started in Finland.
Here you are. You're right, Chick. To the 2024 Finnish Hobby Horse Championships.
Nothing.
400 members.
Finland, except saunas and evidently hobby horses.
That reminds me.
Oh, God.
Remember they used to have the, this is true.
Okay.
What's happening?
Remember they used to have the sauna competition?
Oh, until somebody died. Yeah, that'll put a damper on it.
Sure.
It was so you could stay in the sauna the longest, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This guy got literally cooked.
Yeah, how did they not see that coming?
He won posthumously.
I mean, you talk about a non-sport.
Yeah.
Just sitting there in the sauna.
Just sitting there poaching your ass.
Nice svits.
Do you get in the sauna when you go to the health club?
I do not.
They're real good for you.
They're supposed to be real good for you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like them. I think they feel great.
I always remember those Three Stooges episodes where the guy'd get in that thing. It looked like a washing machine with just his head sticking out. Yeah. And then they'd run by with a broom and stick it in there. And there would be a big fat guy. They'd come back an hour later and the skinny guy'd get out. That's comedy. That still makes me howl.
Do you like the dry sauna or the steam?
The dry's the best for you.
Is it?
160 degrees, about 20 minutes if you can stand it.
Yeah. They got a thing at my gym. It's a... It's a bathtub full of ice cold water.
Oh, yeah, the ice therapy.
One of my buddies does it every day. I don't think I'm allowed to do it.
What's it called? A plunge.
Cold
plunge.
Cold plunge. Very good.
It's exhilarating.
My trainer buddy wants me to ask my doctor on it. What I'm going to do is tell him my doctor said no without asking my doctor because I don't want to put my ass into an ice cold water.
You're telling us like we don't know that you do that all the time about the doctor lie. It
hurts.
You got the doctor lie. You got the attorney lie.
You've done the cold plunge?
Yeah. It's tough. But when you get out, you feel like you can run a marathon after a minute or two.
Well, you've done the...
No, that's after you search for your balls. That's after you get the search party looking for your...
Yeah, Al and I did the freezer thing.
The
cryo, yeah. That was...
No, thanks.
Cryotherapy.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Then I've also done one of those deprivation tanks. Where you float.
Oh, yeah.
I want to.
Sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
Fun?
No, that's
that
where
would be cool.
That's where they close the lid on you.
Yeah, but you can, if you want it cracked, you can have it cracked.
And they do have bigger ones, like a pool kind of situation, because I've looked into that.
I had to do the, what's the thing where you get in the tube? Is that an MRI?
Yes.
I had to do one of those. You lie down.
Right.
And then they explain what's going to happen, and then they press the button and you go in.
Mm-hmm.
But they give you this like remote control gizmo. Press this if you start to panic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that.
Here's how it went. I went in. 3 seconds later, I pressed the button and I was out. They had to
drug me.
They had to put me out.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I was total panic.
The deprivation tanks are not nearly as claustrophobic as those. Plus, it's so dark you don't even and you can lift your hand up. At least the one I did.
Are you floating?
And not feel the lid. Yeah, and you have like a pillow that you can kind of float.
Oh, how do you not drown if you fall asleep?
Salt?
Yeah, you can't.
It's on the water's so full of salt that it's real buoyant.
So what do you do in there? You got like your phone and stuff? I mean,
I have my iPad. I watched.
I think if you're checking your phone, you're missing the
point of sensory deprivation.
It has to be boring as hell. What do you do?
It's wonderful.
It's supposed to clear your mind. You never do that.
You got to get rid of
the clutter.
Yeah,
the brain clutter, the fog.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I've done it, it's been on a Friday.
I'll play Wordle Classic.
Archive.
Wordle Archive. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do to kill. So
they say you can eventually hallucinate. I haven't had that. I did kind of start to see lights and colors. I guess that's a form of hallucination.
Didn't William Hurt in that movie Altered States? Isn't that what they did? But wasn't he taking acid though?
I don't know about that part.
I don't remember if there was chemical.
How long do you do it?
It was an hour, but that included showering before and after.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh.
So,
do you wear a bathing suit?
I got naked.
Yeah.
They change out they change out the water and they clean it in between every use.
I would hope so. Otherwise, you've got. I don't want to be. No offense, Christy. I don't want to be bathing in Christy's ass matter.
Well,
someone listening to this show just now said, "Oh, I will."
Yeah, of course.
I will.
But that's also why you shower before. And then I shower after to get the salt. All that.
Yeah.
Do they ask you to thoroughly cleanse certain areas?
No, but it's implied.
They give you like
all your pink
there's
brush,
a sign.
Scrub
Please
brush.
Scrub your beehole extra hard. It's
try to rough up the gluteal cleft a little bit, would you please?
I saw a story on the world's quietest room. We've had this story before.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess Ryan Trahan holds the record for the longest time spent in the world's quietest room.
Maybe this says that, but don't they say you can hear your blood flowing?
You can hear yourself blink. It's
what?
He said, this Ryan, the new record is a full hour in the room. The previous record was just 41 minutes. Apparently people they can't put up with it. Yeah.
I think with Pat and I, we both have tinnitus. So does Eddie. That constantly up in my head.
I couldn't do it, yeah.
But do you remember the story from the great Dr. David Wolf, friend of the show, astronaut?
Mm-hmm.
And David's been in space, 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells the story of being on Mir where all the power goes out. He goes, you talk about quiet.
Jeez.
He said he could hear his blood flowing.
Man.
I would be hearing the sound of my bowels evacuating and me crying out for my mom. But
the world's quietest room, the room's ambient sound level is negative 24.9 decibels.
Yeah, how does that even work?
I don't know how you get a negative in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't know how you get a negative.
Well, the place I had dinner last night, if the 3-year-old kid that was in there had been in that, you could have heard him through the soundproofing. It's the loudest thing. Oh my God! I've never heard a kid so loud in my life.
Were they crying or screaming?
Screaming.
And they didn't take the kid out?
No. No, but fortunately, I was having dinner with my daughter Finn, and the good news is she picked the only place in the city that isn't air conditioned. But
what? Were you sitting outside again?
No, we were inside. And
there's a reason you don't let toddlers pick the place to eat.
Toddler, she's 11. The toddler in there was screaming.
Same thing.
What place here doesn't have air conditioning?
It's across from the biggest mall in the city. I'll tell you later.
All right.
Oh, is that?
I did have a delicious Mexican stew, though. I will tell you that.
I'm sorry to bother you.
They didn't have to cook it. They just let it sit on the shelf.
You're a human place. What do you think the Mexican stew was? Black bean soup?
No, probably. Yeah.
Something real simple.
Coming up.
And some shredded cheese. Oh, Mexican soup.
Coming up. What have we got, Christy Lee?
Coming up, we do have Hobby Horse in the news again. Tupperware, if you're a Tupperware fan. And have you ever been turned down because you forgot your ID? Well, this happened to a very famous person recently.
Oh, okay.
In the state of Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And, wouldn't you say that you could eyeball them?
Yeah.
And say probably over 21?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
We have the young Shane Moss, comedian from Wisconsin, now living in Boston.
Yeah, I got the Ghost of Christmas Future.
There you go.
Right next to me. So. It's not too late, is it? I can still change.
You can. Turns out it is too late.
Now, you mentioned that your girlfriend is a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any normal jobs prior to this comedy thing?
Yeah, I had. I did a lot of manual labor type stuff. I worked in a factory for a few years. Worked construction. The worst thing that I ever did was I was a temp laborer.
Yeah.
Which was just an awful job, and there's like no health insurance or anything with it. There's just workman's compensation. So anytime I need to seek medical attention, it need to be a work-related thing. You know, I'd have to call up my boss. I'd be like, I don't know, I better go and see a doctor. It's just yesterday, I think I was just picking up a little bit too much weight, and I think I might have gotten herpes.
Yeah, I better have that checked.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane all the things you have to worry about. Like I remember when I was in grade school, I'm not that old, but just 20 years ago in grade school, the biggest concern was don't share hats, you might get lice.
Oh.
Yeah. They're much more serious now. They're like, don't share needles, you might get AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can share hats again. Who cares about lice?
Yeah, how true.
I see. Shane Moss is our guest. We've talked about the fact that you drive all over the place.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. This is one of my favorite topics. Kind of an inside showbiz thing, but every once in a while you get what's termed a hell gig.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on stage and you're in a small club or a bar and they've got a TV on over here. There's a pool game going on. People aren't paying attention. Do you have any great hell gig stories?
Well, I have a few, and I'll tell one anyway, and then if we have time for more, that's cool. I'll combine cars and a hell gig. How's that? I was in Detroit recently, and this actually wasn't a hell gig at all. It's just kind of my fault. I made a little mistake. Detroit's kind of a little bit dangerous. It's actually ranked the most dangerous big city in the country, and if you remind them of that, they will kill you.
Or try,
yeah. And I let it slip on stage that I drive a Hyundai, which is a sin there. And I had to explain to him. I was like, listen, I'm all for supporting American-made products. I don't want anyone in Detroit to lose their job or anything. It's just that if I'm driving through Detroit, I want the most reliable vehicle possible. And,
wow.
That didn't go over very well.
Hi, this is Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
It turns and sways.
Okay. Well, thanks for the call. Have a great day today. We're going to move
And I've got
forward.
one more thing. May I say one more thing? I've been waiting 20-some years for this. Is everybody listening?
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay. Chick, go back 20-some years, 1998, Fort Wayne, Indiana, all weekend with me.
What? There we go.
Yes. Finally.
I have, okay, whatever you say.
Okay, remember, and listen to this. You went by your real name when you checked in, and you invited me for the weekend. Now, wait.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get shot for this. And you ordered grapes and Miller Lite beer.
Yeah, that sounds like me, all right.
That's right.
Yep, that's me, okay.
Okay, Deborah, we got to go here. Christy, give me the teaser.
That couldn't have gone better.
Yeah.
Somehow I blame you.
Ah, boy. Where do we go from here?
We're speaking with Mike Armstrong, comedian, former cop in Kentucky. We're not going to say exactly where you were, cop.
We were walking around downtown.
In uniform?
This guy's laying on the sidewalk. He's laying there going, and I'm like, shut up, you drunk fool. And I got him over to the hood of the car, and this woman walks up, and she goes, excuse me, officer, you might just want to let him lay there. He just jumped from the 10th floor.
Oh, my God.
And my wife's like, what'd you do now? You're on TV again.
What did you do? You're on this officer, Mike Armstrong. Made matters worse on Thursday night.
See why I don't drink? Yeah, the guy, but he sued me.
He sued you?
Yeah,
how are you supposed to know he's not a drunk?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Attention Fergler shoppers and Bob and Tom listeners, this is Ernie Fergler. Tomorrow on the Bob and Tom Show, you'll probably hear the kids back in screen doors pull another prank on me. But that's okay. It makes it a lot easier for me to decide who's going to have shopping cart corral duty. This is Ernie Fergler reminding you that's tomorrow on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Eastern, worldwide on bobandtom.com.
This is Ernie Fergler reminding you Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show, I'll be... Oh, hold on just a minute. Okay, we need to locate some... Just read this. Okay. Is it Irma? Ima. Would the following person please report to my office? I'm a jackass. I'm a jack... Okay, fine. That's Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom! The Bob and Tom Show, Friday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern.
Love it. BMW. Hey,
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
We're working here.
Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Tom Griswold.
Well, hey, thank you very
much.
much.
This has been Chick McGee speaking.
It's really great to be here. Have we completed our sportscast?
Yes, we have.
Then let's look over that way. I see Christy Lee. She's at the Silac News Desk as we exit the Dude Wipe Sportscast. Oh, I need to announce something.
Oh, okay.
Except I've lost it.
You make me nervous.
Well, I can tell you this right now. It's our Pigskin Picks competition, and we are about to enter week 3 of the NFL season. It'll be kicked into gear this evening, and that's why you want to get your entries in for the Bob and Tom Pigskin Picks competition. The prize every week, a gift certificate from our buddy Steven Singer at Steven Singer Jewelers. Nice. $500 worth of cool jewelry. You get to pick it, have some fun, and just do your picks. It's so simple. You go to bobandtom.com/contest and just pick the winners. You don't have to go against the spread or anything. And we had a winner for week 2. His name, by the way, is Mark Harkins from Caldwell, Idaho.
Home of the Cougars.
That's right, the Caldwell Cougars. They're not having a good season so far. Maybe they'll do better tonight. But he's driving a big truck, And we're hoping to hook up with him either today or tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be tomorrow. Is that right? So congratulations to Mark. He won that $500 gift certificate from Steven Singer Jewelers. So you could do it, too. Once again, it's bobandtom.com/contest.
The shoe-in pics are already up on my Instagram, the Chick McGee. Check those out.
Oh, and real quick, the Friends of the Bob and Tom Show comedy tour back in gear. Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort Event Center near Sioux Falls in South Dakota. It's actually in Larchwood, Iowa.
The Larch.
It's going to feature, this is going to be great, Al Jackson, Jeff Oskey, Pat Godwin. That'll be terrific. And your host is the very handsome, this must be a typo, the very handsome Josh Arnold.
Wow.
Isn't that great? That's going to be a killer show. That's coming up October 25th. It's a Friday night.
You messed up, didn't you? You said, yeah, I'll do it. And then they said,
Tickets,
okay.
Tickets, grandfallscasinoresort.com. So there's a couple quick things. A lot of fun. But right now we check with Miss Lee. What's happening?
If you're just joining us, you've missed a whole lot of hobby horse talk. We're going to get you up to date here because we have a new hobby horse story in a way. The National Toy Hall of Fame has announced their nominees for this year.
All right, let me get my pen.
Well, the first one you want to talk about is the balloon.
Great toy.
Praised for its versatility and universal appeal, balloons made the list of 12 finalists.
That's valid.
Not many...
I don't think that is a toy.
The game, don't let it touch the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. A classic.
I think that, I agree. I think that...
We would all play it now if a balloon came in.
Sometimes they do, like, one year, the stick one, which I thought was, I guess...
a fine toy.
Well, to some people, the balloon is a tool for that. Like a clown, he would need balloons to do his job.
Oh, I see.
See, I don't think...
Yeah, but
it's a toy.
Then he makes animals out of it, and that's a toy.
It's a decoration.
Yes.
Can be. It's very
Balloons
versatile.
are very fun to play.
Yeah, it can also... Well, no.
Alongside other first-time contenders.
The funnest thing to do with a balloon is blow it up and then let go. And it...
Oh, see? There you go.
But that still counts.
Yes, it does.
And aren't there... Wait a minute. Aren't there toys where they're powered by balloon? Isn't there like a balsa wood?
You put it and then you let it go and the air underneath makes it go forward or something.
So that's valid.
Yeah, but that's... The balloon needs augmentation to be a toy. I don't think...
And my God, that toy sounds like it's 1,000 years old.
Yes.
Like, it's like a couple days ago when you said the fad when you were born, and you asked Tom if it was the wheel.
Was it fire?
Other first-time contenders include the trampoline.
I could have been a contender.
And one of our favorite games back when the kids were young, Apples to Apples.
Oh, my gosh.
Love Apples to Apples.
Yeah, the trampoline. No,
I don't think any board game can be considered a toy.
I agree. There should be a separate museum. No. There should be a separate museum for games.
There probably is a board game museum, but...
Board games and just games and video games, no.
A panel of expert judges and the public will vote on which of the finalists will be inducted in November. This year's nominees also include the best-selling Choose Your Own Adventure game books.
See, now we're getting into muddy territory, but I loved those.
Okay. They encourage readers to plot stories, so I'm sure you're well aware of those. The Hess toy trucks.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh, yeah, those are classic.
Which have signaled the holiday season since 1964.
Yeah, that's an absolute must.
Brought to you by Leon Hess.
Remote-controlled vehicles.
Sure. RC cars, very important.
With no wire. Remember?
Remember
when I was a kid?
Attached to the remote.
I had to have a wire attached to the remote.
Those were always far lesser.
And you had to walk behind. Yeah. And they called it remote. It wasn't really.
We got the Lobo when I was a kid and lost our minds. That was a special remote. Yeah, that was a remote control car. That was the remote control car for us.
Cool. The stick horse, which I'm assuming is our hobby horse.
Yeah.
I thought meant you stick it in your head.
Also, the game's Phase 10 sequence and the Pokemon trading card game.
Once again, card game.
Yeah,
I like Phase 10. That's a fun game.
I don't know it.
Two perennial nominees are back: My Little Pony figures and Transformers action figures.
Yeah, those I think have to make.
Yeah, how are they not?
I don't know. They keep coming back. Why don't they just finally put them in?
Yeah, did you see what didn't make it again? I was so pissed.
Well, what didn't make it?
The Pete Rose bobblehead.
Man,
it's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. Come on.
It's getting denied everywhere.
What about ball and jacks? Are those
They already are in.
They have to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the first.
What's already in? Do we know? Do we know what's already in?
I know. I got last year's, I think, somewhere here.
Okay.
I know.
How many people win? How many get inducted, Christy?
That's a great question.
10, I think.
10 a year?
Maybe not.
No, it's not that many.
Okay, last year the winners were baseball cards.
Yes.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
The Fisher-Price Corn Popper, which is, I love that toy, but it's one of those toys you love for, I don't know, what is it, maybe 3 months, 4 months?
But everyone has it. Every kid has a corn popper.
I love
that. Has earned
thing.
its place in the Hall of Fame.
I'd pretend I was vacuuming the floor. Hey, Mommy, look.
That was a snapshot when he was a little boy.
Wistful memory there.
Yeah. Huh.
And I grew up to be a clean freak. Although there are those that would say no.
So at least 3?
The Nerf toys.
Filthy.
Those are the 4. Maybe it's only 4 every year.
Let's see. What am I? I'm My Little Pony, Transformers. Boy.
Oh, the My Little Pony
balloon.
See, it even sounds stupid.
It does.
Balloon.
And Hobby Horse.
Did My Little Glue Factory get nominated after My Little Pony?
You mean that when you break your Hobby Horse?
Yeah.
Oh, My Little Pony.
Why can't I buy a real Nerf ball anymore? Remember the Nerf balls that were sponges?
Yeah.
The Nerf balls now are like encased in plastic.
Yeah.
And they're just...
The spongy Nerf.
Yes.
Yeah, what did happen to those?
I don't know. It's
They
really
need to
irritates
redo
me.
this website.
Well, I've got, I can find you the Toy Hall of Fame going for the last decade, so we'll skip that. That's too boring.
Yeah.
What's coming up, Christy?
Coming up, we have Tupperware in the news. Smartphones are in the news. Would you like smell on your phone?
No.
I already have smell on my phone.
You know what I meant. Not that kind of smell.
Your phone smells like ash.
Yeah. Couple of train stories today that are interesting. One involving kids, one involving squirrels.
Oh, the train sounds good.
And if you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, we have some good news for you, possibly.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Little
but right
Irish
now,
coffee, Pat.
Tell me about the household of Chick McGee.
Simply Safe at the compound. I'm always safe, and I have peace of mind because I have the Simply Safe do-it-yourself home security system. You ever leave the house and you think, did I leave a door unlocked? Did I leave a cat in the refrigerator? Well, you can check with your Simply Safe app and your high-definition cameras inside and out. And they've been protecting my compound for 10 years now. And plus, Simply Safe has Fast Protect monitoring and LifeGuard protection. Simply Safe agents can act within 5 seconds of receiving your alarm. You heard me, 5 seconds. And Simply Safe agent can even see and speak to intruders. That stops them in their tracks. You'll never be locked into a long-term contract. Cancel at any time. Pricing is transparent and affordable, less than $1 a day. No hidden fees ever. Simply Safe has been named Best Home Security System by U.S. News & World Report 5 years running, and Best Customer Service in Home Security, according to Newsweek. Easy to install and activate. Do it yourself, or you can have someone from Simply Safe handle the professional installation. Protect your home. 50% off now at a new Simply Safe system, plus a free indoor security camera. And don't forget, 50% off when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you very much. Also coming up, we hope to talk with the great musical artist Michael McDonald today. Certainly looking forward to that. And also a great story about getting trapped in a car, plus comedian Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, got a question. What's that? How can I listen to Bob and Tom radio on my smart speaker? I'm not really sure.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Your kids are, 11 is your son, right?
Yes, correct.
How old's your daughter?
6.
6. Okay, great.
Yeah,
she still gets away with stuff, probably. 6 years old.
She's so funny that I just refuse to punish her for anything.
Right.
She came up from kindergarten one day and she goes, "Dad, Stacy and I were playing catch and she hit me right in the balls." She only has an older brother. She's only heard that area referred to as that. A good dad would tell her that she's wrong. I am not going to do that. I have chosen to use that to my advantage. She'll be on her first date and making out with some dude and she'll be like, "Touch my ball." Guess who's done making out? Until at least college, because now everyone in high school thinks she has balls. Thanks, Facebook.
Best daddy. Come on.
I remember we weren't prepared to do this. We're completely doing this.
That's why I'm stalling.
G-L-O-R-I-A, glory. That's not Clint Black Sabbath.
No.
Now, how do you introduce Mr. Sabbath?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done this in 15 years.
Okay.
But you just take certain lyrics of some songs and put them with another song.
I see.
Like he's going to play Born to Be Wild. Listen and I'll tell you about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, yeah. Barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, yeah. Up from the ground come a bubbling crude. Black gold Texas tea. Sweet tea.
Nothing like sweet tea.
Try that.
I like drinking sweet tea.
That's nice.
Try one of the other ones. Whichever one you want to do.
How about,
Your cheating heart will make you weak. You'll try and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole day through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Oh, Lord, yeah. Oh, Lord, yeah.
All right.
This is James Sibley as Clint Black Sabbath.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction. Sorcerer of death's instruction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind.
Nice.
Poisoning their brainwashed mind. Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, Lord,
all right,
yeah.
that's good enough.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Clint Black Sabbath.
Very interesting.
That's great.
Makes it a lot.
I love that.
The Steppenwolf thing, the Born to Be Wild, you should do that if you ever go karaoke.
I got to do that one.
Yeah, do that. You can sing Beverly Hills. And you've heard the Purple Haze Green Acres thing, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love doing that.
I haven't heard that.
I guess that always makes everybody
happy. The words from
happy.
Green Acres fit great. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Put me on the clavinets. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tom.
Speaking of the clavinet, we're going to talk with Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. This is iced tea.
Oh, nice.
It's very good.
Like a good morning iced tea or an Earl Grey or what do you got?
This is your Lipton tea. It's delicious.
Splash.
And I've got some nice gas station ice in here.
Oh, you're done with the ice machine here?
It was...
Good. I'm going to throw it into the creek.
He was overfilling it.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a compliment. I just went to the gas station this morning and bought a nice bag of ice. It's a nice clear ice the way I like it.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Why can't you use the ice machine that makes ice every day?
Here in the green room.
Are we really going to fight in front of company? Don't we have somebody?
We have Al Jackson. There we go.
Al knows Al knows Tom's insane.
Al, would you agree with me that crushed ice is like the worst invention ever? I like big, solid, clear ice.
But crushed ice has its place for sure.
Yeah, when you want something to get watered down immediately.
And also, there's no of the actual beverage with crushed ice because it goes to the top, so the beverage has to just fit in the little cracks between the ice. It is a scam.
Yes, ice
is terrible. You need the big. I like when you used to go to the fancy like whiskey places and they give you that snowball size shaped thing of ice where you're like, oh, I know I'm getting ripped off because it takes off the whole glass.
Don't you like that clear ice though? Those clear square ice cubes. I love those.
Absolutely.
They just
Are
look
you
so
saying
elegant.
That the ice you have access to is not clear?
No.
And it wasn't crushed ice. That's not crushed ice.
No, that's at my house.
You handled that perfectly, Al.
Yeah,
he says something like, I love that. You have to follow up with I do too, or you're here for 2 hours.
I have an ice machine in my house that's crushed ice only.
What do you mean only? You can switch it.
Not the one I have. I didn't know.
Did you buy it?
Of course not.
You most certainly can switch from crushed ice to cubed ice.
Just as water or crushed ice.
I don't. Okay, what am I doing? I'm violating my own rules.
Okay, sorry.
Sure
in any event, I'm just drinking some tea. How are you, Al? How's the life of freedom? You're no longer doing the Daily Blast Live. You got some free time. You got some gigs lined up, of course.
Wait a minute. I'll ask him the question. Al, have you looked for work this week?
I should be. I'm holding out for a management position.
That's right.
That's my Christmas vacation. Now, Tom, you're talking about the freedom of being no longer encumbered by DBL, and I realize I'm dressed like the first black serial killer because I just have on my prison beige and that kind of issued glasses that you only get when you're in there for 40 years. But I'm excited. I've been on my own really as a stand-up for 15 years before I got into DBL, probably 13. So I mean, this is normal for me.
Okay, well, now, Chick mentioned, have you started looking for a gig?
Well, no, I'm going to be doing my own YouTube show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of in the final processes. The intro and outro is done. The interstitials is done. And so I'm going to record my first test show today, and then it'll be out starting tomorrow.
Cool.
What are you going to call it? Is it the Al Jackson Show?
Oh gosh, don't tell him the title. He'll crap all over it.
You know what? I'm glad he brought it up, Chicken. I'll tell you why. I'm going between two names now. For you do want to make it easy for people to find you. Right. So yes, the Al Jackson Show is leading, but much like with my son Elijah, when I wanted to name him Action, I really want to name the show Sometimes You Got to Do the Running Man.
Oh.
I don't know. And the reason that I got that is my mom found a notebook when she was moving. And I guess when I started writing jokes when I was 10 or 12 years old, she found a notebook, and that was the only sentence that it had in it. Is something, and I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know what that means. But my mom was like,
say it again.
Your mom was like, sometimes you have to do the running man. Now, do you remember that dance, the running man?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's where you lost me. No,
yeah,
I
Tom doesn't.
Tom only remembers one dance.
The Freddy.
The Freddy. That's it.
Yeah, it was popular around the same time the Roger Rabbit was sort of popular.
Yes.
And
What does it look like, the running man?
Running in place.
Yeah.
That's the dance?
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's no standing in place and doing a jumping jack like the Freddy is, but it tries.
Is there a song?
No.
I mean,
maybe Kid and Play, maybe, but not really. No.
Yeah.
It was for an era.
Right.
So you're thinking of calling your show?
He hates it.
Al, we told you.
I can't, just based on this so far, Al, we cannot express to you how much he hates
it. I can tell.
I heard the silence.
Yeah. I heard that. For a lot of reasons, many reasons which I'm sure aren't lost on you, Al. He's not going to let you know how much because he's frankly scared of you. But he doesn't like the name. Yeah,
we warned you.
The Al Jackson Show is a great name.
And that's what I'm going with. But there's my head and my heart, Tom. I have to figure out what to do with the phrase. Sometimes you have to do the running man.
How about just Al Jackson, the running man?
But then people have weird expectations about what the show's going to be. I'm not running anywhere, Tom.
Al, how do you feel about it being the Al Jackson Show, but you sign off every show with, and remember, sometimes you got to do the running man.
I like that.
I love that.
And people would just be like, I don't really know what that means, but that's the sign off, and that's a thing now.
It's like that guy that used to do 2 and 2. What was that guy's name? Chuck somebody?
Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery. Love Connection.
Sure.
We're back in 2 and 2. That would be your 2 and 2. That's a great idea, Josh.
That's a great. I'm stealing that, Josh. Thank you. That's awesome.
Please.
Now, are you going to do the running man in one of the episodes?
I will not, under any circumstances.
Are you not a dancer?
Not anymore. You know what's that's the hardest thing. When you stop drinking, you stop dancing.
Yeah, I bet so.
That sounds like a line from like Set It Off or one of those dance movies. But you realize very quickly you have to be drunk to dance. And that's why there's always alcohol at any kind of social get-together where men and women are expected to dance, is because it's so dumb. If you're like I'm gonna dance, like it's so embarrassing.
Dancing is
it's
fun.
So embarrassing.
But it is it's like Kesha said, dancing like we're dumb.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dancing is kind of the worst.
But it's great. Yeah.
Have you ever? I don't see you as a dancer.
No,
chick.
it's the worst.
You don't get out there and cut a rug at a wedding reception?
No.
No?
Oh, I love it.
You've had a few drinks.
No, not even then.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not much of a dancer either, Al.
You'll find me out there before I'm even drunk.
Yeah, me too.
Josh has moves. I must say.
None good.
No.
But I've got my own moves.
They're your own.
They're more a movement, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, dancing is so dumb, but we give it like a cool name. But really, it's just like you're going down to a nightclub to do an interpretive dance.
Yeah.
And it really is
You're just
embarrassing.
trying to get hooked up.
Yeah, and just
it's
like when you see,
yeah,
yeah, but like it's a language of love for young, attractive people.
True.
When I'm dancing, I'm like, this better be your daughter's graduation. Like, why are you like? There's no reason to see a 47-year-old man dancing.
I disagree. I think you should dance. It's good for your soul.
No, you're right, Al.
Al, does your girl dance?
I mean, yeah, she does. But I mean, she wouldn't go. I don't think. No, if she went out, like she went to a concert last week, and I'm sure they were dancing and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I don't know. There's a point where like,
do you dance in the
everybody?
Kitchen?
Yes, but you see what the places you're listing, Christy, are the non-public places.
Okay.
At some age, you are banished from public dancing, and I have accepted my banishment. I don't. If I'm at any, I couldn't get into a nightclub if I owned it.
Oh,
like,
well, yeah.
and I shouldn't be in there. That's for the young people. It's like I was in nightclubs in my 20s and early 30s, and then you got to graduate.
There's a place I went to in Chicago, and I was hesitant, but my daughters are now in their 20s, so they're in that party mood. And I went. 10 o'clock at night it started, and it was drinking.
Quick trap
I mean,
house.
it was dancing, and I was shocked at the amount of people over 50 that were in there. It was fun.
I think it was an old folks home as well.
It was not an old folks home.
They were dancing between bingo games.
No, they were showing old VH1 MTV videos. And
By VH1, you mean
fun.
VFW?
They had little drinks and juice glasses.
No, you guys are totally wrong. It was
First of all, Christy, I'm going to go against my own point and corroborate what you're saying because there are a few cities, Chicago, New Orleans, New York, where you can go into a club and there's enough, like, not clubs, but like lounges, whatever, where they do cater to like an older crowd so you don't feel crazy because you're like, there are people our age that are like still, we still feel young and we're attractive enough. And so like when you go there and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of people my age dancing, that's fine. I just never want to ruin young people's time. I never want to be like, hey, what's up? Look at the chicks around here, and they're like, ugh.
Who's old?
Get away from me, Dad. It's like, are you here to pick your daughter up? I have to pretend like I am. Have you seen her? After I try and get the girl's number, get away from me, Dad. I know I was getting your number so I could call you and tell you when I found her.
Now, Al Jackson is our guest, comedian Al Jackson. Do we have any dates lined up for some stand-up, Al?
Yes, I do. I have I'm getting ready to submit for a Netflix special. So I have a lot of local dates in Denver. So I post those on my Instagram stories. You can find me on Instagram at Al Jackson IG. And I'm preparing to launch a tour towards the end of this year. So obviously, you guys, my fan band, will be the first to know.
Okay, good. In the meantime, you got to teach me something before you leave. You are a former teacher.
Yes.
Were you a science teacher?
I was.
Yeah, but you're not teaching me science. You're teaching me contemporary
science of the streets.
Street lingo. Trying to help me get more street, if you will. What do we got for today? What's the word?
And I've been worried about giving you this word because I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. The word is gyat.
And how do you spell that?
Yacht?
Gyat.
Gyat.
Kind of like G-Y-O-T?
G-Y kind of dash A-T-T.
Gyat.
Okay.
Yacht.
Josh, I already feel like you're on to something. You're like Monk when he makes that face like, I don't think his wife did it.
Yacht.
Man, that's a good show. Monk. Oh, boy.
You got this, Josh.
Got this.
So what Tom's suggesting is that it's really emphasizing the got. You got this. Is that correct?
Yes and no. The got is symbolizing something you might say if you saw something, Josh, like one word
to have
two.
It?
Almost like what if you saw like a really curvy lady that stood up and you were like, there would be another word that followed got.
Okay. I like it. I just don't know exactly what it means. What is it?
So it's like if that word is, if you just broke it down, it's got, but like you would say that because you never want to take the Lord's name in vain. So if you saw somebody very attractive, you'd be like, yeah. And then another word like dang.
It's almost Little Johnish.
Gotcha.
Yes, very much so. So you don't even say the dang at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, So you would say that if somebody had a very, as Tom would say, very firm backside.
That's a nice ass.
Oh, I see. So baby's yacht back is the...
Basically. I mean, not like that, but absolutely like that.
Yeah, whenever I try anything like that, it's always, well, that's kind of right, but not like that.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, so when one sees a attractive woman with
when one sees one.
You're at the bike shop in Florida. You walk in.
See the chick over there? Yacht.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yes. That's exactly what you say.
Sometimes you hear words and you go, that is now part of my vernacular immediately. This is now part of my vernacular.
I love it. Yeah. There's certain words where you're like, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Tom, you did good.
Oh, thank you. Do we have another one? Do we have time for one more if you've got another word for me?
You absolutely do, and I actually like this one too. What are aura points, Tom? Aura.
A-U-R-A?
Aura.
Yes.
Like one has an aura around one.
Yes, absolutely.
Aura points. Presumably there's some kind of a scale for the level of aura appeal that one might have.
That is, scientific. You totally drained it of any swag, but that is exactly the answer. Like, you took it and you boiled all the flavor off. It's like, here's your meat. Honestly, Tom, that's exactly what it is. You just say, Christy came in with these earrings and just like kind of this really cool, trippy necklace. Her aura points went up tenfold in my book.
Oh, I see.
Like this reeks of like...
It's like you're bringing good vibes because of like the aura and the way you look and you dress and your swag. So, Tom, please let me hear you use the phrase aura points.
Let's see now. You've already used it for Christy. So does it have to be about a lady or could it be...
No, you could do it about anybody.
I guarantee girls say this at Coachella all the time if they...
Yes.
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
You do it. You do it for me then, Josh.
You see, I'm a woman now. You see that guy over there with the neon glow-in-the-dark bracelets and necklace? And he looks so happy, and his eyes are... his aura points. I've got to go talk to him.
Very nice.
That's exactly the annoying context where you'd be standing there and you'd be like, hey, when we get back from this concert, ladies, I know he looks good now. I've got my ish together.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So why don't you make a long-term decision and head over here?
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to make you a Vegemite sandwich when you get to his place. I can take you to Outback and not sweat it.
That's also his place behind his mom's place. And he's just like, no, it's great. My parents pay me rent. And you're like, no, they don't.
Right.
They're not your roommates.
Did you hear what else Al said? He slipped a word in there.
Yeah,
did you catch that? Ish?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
No. Do that again, Al. Say it again in a sentence.
Look, we're on the radio, but I'll just tell everybody I'm tired of this ish.
Yeah. But that song that we played last break.
Oh, I know what that is.
That is my ish.
Yeah.
Is that
you got to get your ish together?
Yeah. Is that the old Snoop Dogg thing from way back where?
No, that was more like Izzle.
Right.
That was more like Fizzle Dizzle. You know, that kind of.
But
stuff.
I mean, substituting ish for
the S word. It's a radio edit of the S word.
Well, that's what I think, Josh. I think radio edit.
Do you know how that started? We did that.
Yeah.
When we had the song, John Mellencamp had a great song called Play Guitar. And there's a line in that where he goes, forget about all that macho S word and learn how to play guitar. So we took that, and back in the day, pre-digital, we put it on an analog tape, and where the S word was, we quite literally took the tape, cut it, and flipped it over.
Right. It's the radio edit.
Really?
We probably have that in the other room. It was
interesting.
Forget about all that macho, then it kind of went blip, and learn how to play guitar.
It actually said Tish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of
really quickly, do you guys prefer the beep? Just drop the word out so there's a gap of sound, or what Tom just did with the ish? Like, what would you, if you had to pick?
In music, you don't want
good.
the gap in music. You want to have the beat in there.
Well, yeah, but you can lose the lyric.
You lose the lyric.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, yeah.
I'm fine with losing the lyric. In comedy, I want the beep.
A great example.
Oh, yeah.
A great example of that is the song Gold Digger.
Yeah.
Christy had never heard the original version.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who does that?
There's a radio edit of that.
Who does that song?
That's Kanye, and they dropped the word.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It goes broke.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I didn't know that. I saw him in concert and went, whoa. Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
Who dragged you to that?
That was a long time ago.
Okay, good for you. Well, Al, thank you very much. Al, once again, it's Al Jackson.
Al Jackson IG on Instagram. Follow me, please, on Al Jackson Comedy on YouTube. My new show is out tomorrow, so please check it out.
Can't
I'll send a link and everything, too.
And what's your closing line again?
Hey, sometimes you got to do the running man.
Yeah, that's a hell of a line.
So well done. So well done.
That's good.
Al, Josh, very good. Very good.
Call me if you need a wacky sidekick. Okay.
That doesn't dance.
That's right. I don't dance.
Hello, Al.
Slap my hand, black soul man.
I like to think that you bring in the mail. Oh, we have any letters this week? We sure do.
We sure do, Albert. Mail call. Oh, yeah.
I used to be the MC for Black Perspective with Al Jackson.
I got kicked off the show for some reason.
Okay, thanks, Al. We'll see you.
Bye, Al.
Hey, I love you.
All right. That was a nice redirection on that, Josh. That was a really good idea to use that as the closing tag.
Oh, it's a cool closing. I like closing tags that you have to kind of really be in.
And I'm gonna have to Google what's it called, the runner.
Running Man.
Running Man. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll have to find out what the dance is all about. What was the one we learned last week?
Can't you pay attention?
The Wally or something? The Izzy?
Gritty.
No,
the Gritty. Oh, yeah, the Gritty.
Which I saw over the weekend.
Okay. And by the way, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about helping yourself, really. And in the world of therapy. And therapy isn't about a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. Not just for people who've experienced a trauma. Therapy can help you in your everyday life with coping skills, help you set healthy boundaries, and that sort of thing. And the interesting thing about BetterHelp is the therapy is done online. So obviously it's going to be a lot more convenient and flexible, so you can have it fit your schedule. So you don't have to stop what you're doing and drive across town and go see the therapist, because the therapist is right there in your phone, if you will, because 35,000 therapists are now participating in this program, and you do it online. The way it works is you do a quick questionnaire. You will be matched up with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists anytime. No additional fees are involved in that. And then the therapy is done online, so you can do it like you're doing a phone call. You can do it like it's a Zoom call with a camera on, or you can do it texting back and forth. It's up to you. It's about flexibility. So rediscover your curiosity through therapy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT Show today. That'll knock 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Coming up, do you know what the 666 is? What does it mean?
Mark of the beast.
That's satanic.
Not in this case. We'll find out.
I'd like to get a look at your scalp. I can tell you that.
We'll see. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email.
Morgan Freeman reading Little Miss Muffet sat on the top, eating her curd and whey. Along came a spider.
It's too good.
Down
it's perfect, man.
Can you do Liam Neeson doing one?
3 blind mice. See how they run.
What are they running from?
I'm a man who's kidnapped my daughter.
Right. Do you have any special skills?
I don't know who they are. I don't know what these mice want. But if they're looking for some cheese, I'll tell you this.
Oh, come on. I'm loving this.
Pacino and Hickory Dickory?
Hickory Dickory died. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 3 and all went wee. That's wrong.
I messed up.
Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub.
What were the 3 men in a tub doing?
A butcher,
Rub-a-dub-dub,
a
3 men in
baker,
a tub.
and a candlestick maker. I know who you 3 are. I know what the 3 of you do. But I'm going to tell you this. This bathtub doesn't have a lot of time.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? You don't want to do that. Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
People were taking the chicken from Chick-fil-A and putting it on Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Wait a minute.
Josh, what do you think?
Josh is leaving right now.
Josh is leaving.
Okay, let's go.
Come on. All right. Is that the biscuits?
Greatest day of my life.
Joe DeRosa is sitting in with us right now, Joe. What else is going on in your life? What about your personal background? Big family, small background? A small family? What?
I'm in a relatively small family that I was adopted into. Yes.
Interesting.
And I know what...
You were adopted into the DeRosa family?
Yes, I was. And I know what everybody is wondering, because I always, did you ever look for your real parents?
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to know. I saw that on Maury. Did you ever try to find your real parents? No, I pretty much took the hint, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
well,
when they abandoned me, I was like, that's probably the end of that.
Probably no sense in looking for him.
Really?
I got you. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of
Dropping a dime on mom and dad.
A lot of gold comedy down this road.
Yeah. And now I have a very, my mother was very overprotective through my whole life, and but she's very involved in my life, and she calls me almost every day, and holds me hostage on the phone for hours on end. While she's at this age where she just holds me on the phone and just asks me all these really annoying questions, and she won't let me hang up, and it just sounds like I'm having really bad phone sex for like an hour. I'm just like, yes. Oh, God. Yes! I already told you what I was wearing.
Larry, the cable guy. Larry, good morning.
It's good to see you. But I got to tell you, I had a horrible nightmare.
Last night?
Last night.
Really?
Before I come in here, I dreamt I drunk the world's largest margarita. And woke up this morning, there was salt on the toilet lid. Thank God I didn't eat the worm in there, I'll tell you that much. I tell you what, I was madder than a skinhead watching the Jeffersons. I tell you what.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
When you use Mr. Béchon, she won't be able to keep her hands off of you. And neither will you.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the scientific name.
Mr. Béchon, why not jerk a bottle off your department store shelf today? Mr. Béchon, it's not a sin anymore.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Jimmy Pardo. You are listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
So are the low-income schools just relying on old-fashioned narcs? Kid walks in, hey, Joey's vaping in the boys' room, Mrs. Grundy. Vaping in the boys' room?
Man, nobody wants you to talk.
It's a long show.
Yes, indeed. Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Attention Fergler shoppers and Bob and Tom listeners, this is Ernie Fergler.
I got it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
I got it right here.
Yeah, Tom has it. He has it.
He's got it,
everybody.
folks.
He's got it.
Listen to him. He has it.
He has it.
Now, we were talking to Al Jackson.
Yes, we were. You know Al Jackson, who he is. Explain everything, Tom. Help me. Help me here. I need all
Al
the help I
Jackson,
can get.
comedian, former host of DBL, Daily Blast Live.
I just made a note to watch your show in the morning.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, the new YouTube show.
Well, that'll be interesting. But we were talking about.
I hope he charges $80 a show.
I'm trying to get back to the topic. I was trying to explain. Now, Chick, he used the term.
What?
He used the term "ish."
Yeah.
Do you want to explain that?
I'd rather
This
not.
is so out there already.
Yeah.
You
don't
for
have to
us to
explain it.
This is like
Going back to 1984.
The things
everyone knows what this
he
is.
focuses on are just and the things he feels like he has to explain to people.
Okay,
no,
fine.
no
Because
wonder you don't like people.
This was the edit.
Your memories aren't everyone's memories.
No, but I'm gonna share an old memory with them. We took the John Mellencamp song "Play Guitar." We had to edit the S word out of it, and here's what it sounded like.
Yeah. That's where that comes from. Not necessarily this song, but all radio edits is where that comes from. And yeah.
But we did the Macho Tish edit.
You sure did.
Right here.
Yeah, you did.
With reel-to-reel tape.
Yeah,
we were
we
talking
did.
about reel-to-reel tape earlier. Is that Larry on guitar?
That's Larry Crane.
The great Larry Crane?
This is.
Oh, I love that guy.
You had nothing to do with it.
There's no mass appeal here.
You listened to it. That was it.
I personally
You're
took the
making
tape
it-
with a razor blade.
No, you didn't.
you did
not. I don't think you've ever
There'd
done
be
that.
blood on the carpet still.
Well, I don't know what happened. The razor blade was dull. They gave me the wrong edit point.
I razor bladed the entire Sam Kinison album.
And I believe.
And that ended up being everywhere. Needed a lot of edits.
One of my radio heroes, Radio Rich Dalton, out of St. Louis. I got to interview him for a school
name's
project.
right there in his name.
Yes. Yeah. Well, talk about born to be what you're.
Right.
So his real name was Radio Rich?
That's right. Radio Rich Dalton. He was my absolute favorite.
Name on radio.
I interviewed him for a school project, and he said that there was always a rumor that DJs were constantly doing coke because of the amount of razor blades that were around studios. If you walked into any given studio, there'd be a handful of razor blades just sitting on the counters.
No, we edited a lot.
Right.
You literally cut the tape.
But he said outsiders would often go, "Oh, these guys must be doing coke all the time."
It was an art. Chick was real good at it. The spicing block, and you had to.
I loved it.
I had to do it with film when I worked in the cinema business.
Oh yeah, that's right. When you were in the movie business,
it was fun and
It is
kind of
fun.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Did you do different types of cut? Because what she's talking about on the block, it was straight,
Angled, yeah.
No, I did not have to do any angles like that. So I bet it was far more complicated for you guys, but yeah.
But that's where Macho Tish comes from. That's the backwards reel-to-reel tape.
Solve that problem.
Pretty cool.
Christy sounds somewhat dismissive.
There's nobody who wasn't aware of it.
Are you saying that that's where Ish came from? Is that edit?
Not that particular edit.
No, that's what he's saying.
I know, and I'm trying to get him to. It's all radio edits. That's what.
It doesn't come from that.
Ton of rap tunes out there.
Yes.
Ish.
Ish, baby.
It doesn't come from
In fact,
that
I think
edit.
that's the last song that.
Yeah,
it comes mostly from the world of hip hop.
Oh, so that's all pre-1984 hip-hop?
No, but the ish, you being ish.
Just agree with him.
Yeah, we'll get out of here.
Oh, you mean the use of the term ish? Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. What you're talking about is one example of it.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying how it emerges. That's where the word ish comes from.
My ass.
Your ass hurts?
My hand is going to emerge from your ass. I go down your throat with my fist.
Oh, for a change, you're going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the first way hasn't been working.
Yeah,
you're not
apparently you like that. So.
Okay, so Christy,
Tom,
tell me about the mayoral race in Sao Paulo. I understand there was an incident there.
Paulo.
A candidate in Sao Paulo's mayoral race is recovering after one of his 5 rivals attacked him with a chair during a televised debate.
Oh, that's what I want to see.
Yes, more of this.
America.
Mr. Pablo Marsal had referenced allegations of sexual misconduct against his opponent, Mr. Jose Luis Datena, during the debate.
Datena.
It's D-A-T-E-N-A.
I know.
Datena.
Your last name essentially means arrested.
Yeah.
You better smarten up. I don't want to have to detain you.
That's exactly what I said. Mr. Detainia walked over to the rival's podium with a chair and belted Mr. Marcel. The debate quickly got to commercial and later returned without Mr. Marcel, who was taken to a hospital. He said on social media he had suffered a fracture at the bottom of his rib cage.
Ouch.
Nice.
Yikes.
You ever been hit by a chair, Pat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chair, remote, table.
Coffee table.
Whatever's handy.
Pork chop.
Fine china.
You name it.
Do you have a song, Pat?
Sure, any chance to mess with this song. Sao Paulo's mine come election time. But the feeling is tense. Irritation grows, both sides knew, but many voters are on the fence. Yeah. Well, I'm a TV star, now candidate, but this debate has rocked me to my core. Your allegations of misconduct are untrue, and now you son of a bitch, you're gonna get what's for. 'Cause I am innocent. You're a liar, I swear. Here it comes. And now I'm gonna beat you senseless with this chair. You hurt, you cry. You deserve it, said I. But that may cost me the election. My manager says, why? Leaving me lower in the polls.
It's a fade out.
Very nice.
Thank you. Apologies to Neil Diamond. Thank you very much. Coming up, we've got some exciting things, including what is the meaning of 666? Not satanic.
And we have pizza in the news.
Oh
Love
boy.
pizza.
Thank you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com.
Hey, did you enjoy those videos played in that break? Check out the Bob and Tom YouTube playlist for more great stuff.
It's Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Oh! What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Odor in the court.
That'll be getting told in courts throughout the country.
Odor
today.
in the court.
Oh, man.
Hello and welcome to the wildly successful Mr. Obvious Show. I'm your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's take a call. Hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Obvious. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just want to say, first of all, I really love your show. Really enjoy listening to it. I think you do a great job.
Well, kind words indeed. And thank you, caller, for calling the Mr. Obvious Show.
No, Mr. Obvious?
Yes?
Here's my problem.
Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, I think I got some kind of animal trapped in my house.
Oh, yeah, like a pest problem or something?
Yeah, well, it's even bigger than that. I think it's some kind of critter that's trapped down underneath my sink somewhere.
Oh, my. Now, do you live in a rural section of town?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Live on the outskirts of town here, and well, here's the thing. I think it's caught underneath my sink, and I've opened the doors and in my cabinets there and looked underneath, and I can't find it anywhere. But I can hear him down there making noise.
Oh, you say you got a critter and you can hear him. Now, what kind of sound does he make, caller?
Well, it's kind of a growling, I'll try to imitate it for you. It's kind of like... Kind of like that.
This is under your sink in your kitchen?
Yeah, it sounds like you might be caught down there in the pipes.
Now, this is not uncommon for your rurally located homes to have a raccoon or a possum under the house. Now, but you say he might be stuck in the pipes?
Yeah, that's what it seems like because, in fact, I think that's how he's living there. He seems to eat stuff that my wife throws away down the sink after dinner. She'll wash the leftovers down the sink after we get done eating. I think that's what he's eating because I can hear him down there growling and chewing.
Huh. What was the sound again, caller?
Well, it's she'll put the stuff down there in the sink and run the water, and then you can hear him. It's kind of going, kind of like that.
Huh. Now, is there anything else that corresponds with the growling that your wife does there in the kitchen?
Well, it does seem like it usually happens whenever she tries to turn a light on. There's a light switch there, and she'll try to turn it on. Thing is, the light don't come on. I think the light bulb must be burnt out or something, but I can't even find a place to change the light bulb on it. Anyway, she'll try to turn that light switch on, and you can hear him down there just seems to make him mad as anything.
This is in the kitchen under the sink, right?
Yeah. Yep. And, I figure he's caught in the pipes.
Right.
So I figured try to get him out of there. Well, I reached down there with my hands when I heard him growling. And I mean, that thing about ripped my fingers off. Bit into me. Boy, it hurt.
Well, I think I know what your problem is, caller. It's a garbage disposal.
So, is that something like a raccoon?
No, caller, it's
No, it's something littler like a mouse.
No, caller, it's a machine that's hooked to your drain pipe there under your sink that chews up food that makes it rinse right down the pipe there. It's an actual machine. It's not an animal at all.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I never made the connection. She does use it to get rid of the garbage.
There you go.
Sounds like a critter. Just,
I know, yeah, it's not a critter. Thanks for calling, though, caller.
Mr. Obvious?
Yes.
You're a lifesaver.
Thank you. That'll do it for this week's show. Thank you, and good luck from everyone here on the Mr. Obvious Show.
Oh, boy.
Of course, our house band today, the Black Moods.
Smack Tom. It's time now to smack Tom. He's been running his mouth again. He's been pissing us off again. Smack Tom. Smack Tom. Smack Tom.
I'll handle the lyrics.
And we smack Tom.
Miami, Cincinnati, Boston. I mean, it's...
I got you.
But no Houston?
No Houston. Not according to this.
Houston. Hello there, Houston. Hello there, Houston.
Whatever.
But he wants me to stop this. Don't do that. That's irritating. Don't ever make that noise again. I can't make Houston all that noise. If you make that noise.
No, yeah. Stop slide whistling. People can't hear Houston and hello there.
Hatbox.
We're watching a show breakdown. Nervous breakdown.
June 21st,
By the show.
2018. June 21st, 2018. Houston. Hello there, Houston. Hello there. Houston.
I wish we did all a team of men in white scrubs come in and drag you off while you're just Houston. Hello there.
We're going viral.
Tighten up. Breaking away.
Yeah, and then they inject you. They inject you with something.
1936. Beatles. Ed Sullivan. John Kennedy.
As they inject you, it's Houston. Houston. Hello there. Houston.
Happy summer solstice, everyone. Longest day.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
24 now.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin over there in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Ace Cosby's here. Hey. Have we had the joke of the day, Tom?
Not yet.
No, I just made myself a note here.
You would remember.
You made yourself, you had to
remind me
a pen to paper
to get this done, and so I guess we'll do it right now.
All right.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Can I educate you? We might have talked about this before in the show.
Okay.
What was the first animal in space?
First animal in space.
What?
The cow who jumped over the moon.
Oh, you're right.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of
I remember. I think that was the same night that the dish ran away with the spoon.
Yeah. We're having an affair.
Ace's joke of the day brought to you by Sleep Numbers.
Good night, Moon.
Oh, sorry.
Sleep better together. Save now on a Sleep Number smart bed only at a Sleep Number store or at sleepnumber.com.
Well, thank you very much, Christy Lee. Let's get back to the Silac News Desk. Christy, what's happening?
Caffeine consumed from coffee or tea could provide more perks than just staying awake.
All right.
According to new research, caffeine could also lower the risk of coronary heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. The study was published in the Endocrine Society's Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism.
I didn't get the September issue. I don't know what happened.
Endocrinology and Metabolism? It found that consuming moderate amounts of caffeine, defined as 3 cups of coffee or tea a day, could lower the risk of developing cardiometabolic multi-morbidity.
Well, that sounds serious.
Oh, not morbidity.
No.
Oh, no.
I want less morbidity.
I'm at 4 cups of caffeine a day. I got to get down to 3.
I do about 3.
Okay.
Oh,
You don't want to end up on a morbidity scooter.
2 cups of
I sure don't.
That's like a mobility scooter, except you're dead.
2 cups of coffee and a cup of tea.
Do you mumble something when you walk by someone on one of those scooters? If they're if they're overweight, yeah, I bet you do.
Oh, yeah.
You get up and walk, one of those things.
The butter's over there.
Yeah, if you walk, you wouldn't need that. Yeah.
Fast.
Well, liquid lard is in aisle 7.
You never get enough butter.
Liquid lard.
According to the latest government data, the number of people in Japan aged 100 or older
Wait a
is
second,
hit.
Pat, did you have a song?
Oh,
Sure. You want a song?
sure.
You know how I like my coffee.
How do you like your coffee, Pat?
I like my coffee like I like my women. Full of Irish whiskey. I like my coffee like I like my ladies in my lap while I'm driving. Kind of risky. I like coffee and women to be uncomplicated. Oh, room for cream, of course. Don't give me soy, almond, or oat milk, baby. That's grounds for a divorce. Get it? Grounds for divorce?
Yeah, very clever.
I don't like coffee like certain women. Cold, spoiled, and bitter. Oh, that Miami hot stuff was too much for my heart. I loved her a latte, but I had to quit her. I like my coffee and women to agree with me, not give me an ulcer with their acidity. Oh, I'm running out of metaphors and similes. I'll just say I like my coffee. I like my women with big tips. Yes, big tips for all my beautiful baristas.
Big tips. Of course. Thank you very much, Pat. I like that very much. Now, we go back to Christy. You're talking about...
Centenarians, that's in the news big time today. According to the latest government data, the number of people in Japan aged 100 or older has hit a record high of more than 95,000.
Wow.
Almost 90% are women. The figures further highlight the slow-burning demographic crisis gripping the world's 4th biggest economy in Japan because the population is aging and it's shrinking on the other end to take care of them. So there's an issue.
You know, more old men die than old women.
Why?
Because they want to.
That's right.
Oh, that old nugget.
Classic.
Am I right?
That's a beautiful, beautiful joke.
It is.
Well, if she's not going, I guess I got to.
That is interesting, though, that it's 90% of them are
Women.
That's...
I think women are...
Just for 5 minutes, could you shut up?
Women do live longer than men.
But, I mean,
think
is
that's
that-
a statistic that's
Because
been...
they're bobsledding all the guys to the cemetery, as Al Bundy once said.
Do you have a thought on that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just it's. What is it? I know it's, what is it, the diet or something in Japan? Is that what they credit this?
Yeah, that's what they say. But then there's another story today that discredits all of that.
Yeah.
Well, we were doing
Josh and I have watched The Blue Zone, and Pat, I think you've watched it.
I've not seen it. I'm sorry.
You haven't? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
There's a series, I think, on Netflix talking about the Blue Zone. Well, Dr. S. Justin Newman counters claims of the so-called Blue Zones where multitudes of super centenarians abound. The extra long survival is often attributed to strong social connections, high vegetable intake, and certain genetic markers. Dr. Newman has discovered, however,
hello, Newman,
a staggering number of errors in the data for every Blue Zone.
Hello, Jerry.
Mostly due to poor record keeping. Dr. Newman
I've
wrote,
always wondered this.
Yeah, Dr. Newman wrote, if equivalent rates of fake data were discovered in any other field,
fake data,
a
fake
major
data.
scandal would ensue.
You mean these hillbillies are lying?
Dr. Newman showed the highest rates of achieving extreme old age are predicated by high poverty, the lack of birth certificates, and the pressure to commit pension fraud. So a lot of people are saying they're still alive after they're dead so that somebody's picking up their pension.
They're not. So their data is including those things. I can't stand when they do that.
Well, I think he's saying this is his accusation.
That's his accusation.
But Tom, didn't we do the math when we saw this story yesterday that some of these people had to be like 20 years old when Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Well, and that's the other thing. Birth certificates, especially in Japan.
Right. Questionable.
Were questionable or non-existent.
Yeah.
So people could say they're 100 and really be 90.
Lying.
Either way.
So many.
Let's hope that sphincter's still hanging in there.
Yeah, so many numbers are skewed by stuff like that.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Who knows?
Well, that's interesting.
I don't think there's anything wrong, though, with the Blue Zone's advice of, hey,
I don't either.
Eat some more vegetables, have a nice social community.
Take a walk every day.
Yeah, there's probably
walking. And don't live in Hiroshima or Nagasaki.
Yeah, and share your wives.
Back in 1940.
Share your wives?
Although you could go the GARP theory, and why wouldn't you live there now? Because their chances are they're not going to bomb those places again.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to be drinking the well water. I don't know much, but
I don't know much. I know I love you.
Coming up, we're going to talk with the great musical artist Michael McDonald. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Right now, let's talk a little bit about sports picks and having a little bit of fun with your prize picks. Willie?
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. You're already watching, now have some fun. Season-long fantasy takes up so much time, but on Prize Picks, you can pick a new lineup every single day. Go to prizepicks.com, or you can use the Prize Picks app. All you have to do is pick 2 or more players across any sport. Then pick more or less on their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. This week, I'm picking Jacoby Brissett to have more than half a pass touchdown and Stephon Diggs to have more than 49.5 receiving yards. And you can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. So if one of your players goes down in the first half, you don't have to worry. Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Download the Prize Picks app today or go to prizepicks.com and use code TOM to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Thank you, Willie. Check out Prize Picks. Coming up, we're hoping to talk with the great musical artist Michael McDonald. Also, we've got a really interesting story about getting trapped inside an automobile at a regular parking lot, not after an accident. It can happen with some of these unusual things going on with contemporary car engineering. We'll find out about that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
that's nice. That's so nice.
We got another song for you, baby.
Well, we'd love to hear one more. What have you got for us?
Baby, you know this one. It's my song about your britches. One, two, three. Monday, Tuesday, hump day is halfway. Sticking in the pig, popping in the bank. Saturday's coming quicker than you think. 48 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, 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 I'm coming in my pants. My shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come soon. I can't move on. Attention is long gone. My suits are pressed, your wallet's in shape. The only thing left is a little manscape. 24 to rendezvous. I can't wait. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, 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 I'm coming in my pants. My shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come soon. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Waiting for the rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, 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 I'm coming in my pants. My shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, my shoes, and my necktie, baby. I'm so excited. Whoa, and I'm coming in my pants. My shirt, my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower. Gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, my shoes, and my necktie, baby. I'm so excited. Whoa, I'm so excited. You know I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come
All right.
Here come the mummies, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Added special effects at the end.
oh thank you so much, fellas. That was just beautiful.
Baby, thank you.
I do too.
I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16, and it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Hey everybody, this is Todd Snyder, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Hey, got a question. What's that? How can I listen to Bob and Tom Radio on my smart speaker? I'm not really sure. Well, why don't we just ask her? Her? Hey, Alexa, how can someone listen to Bob and Tom Radio on a smart speaker?
Just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
TuneIn?
Correct. Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
24/7, 365?
All day, every day. Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
So the low-income school is just relying on old-fashioned narcs. Kid walks in, hey, Joey's vaping in the boys' room, Mrs. Grundy. Vaping in the boys' room.
Man, nobody wants you to talk.
It's a long show.
Yes, indeed.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. We're very excited. Tom and I read this gentleman's book a little while ago. Michael McDonald is going to be joining us. Isn't that right, Tom?
I'm open. There he is.
There he is.
Hey, Michael.
Hi.
Hey, guys. How are you?
It's great seeing you. How are you, sir? I love the book. I want to start with kind of a serious question.
I want a bologna sandwich is what
at the end of the book, you're talking about singing Danny Boy. And because when I listened to the book and you had to narrate it, have you ever done a recording of Danny Boy?
I have, actually, with... I did a couple. One never came out. It was just a demo I did of it on ukulele, believe it or not. But for reasons I'm not even sure. But I'm embarrassed because I'm trying to remember the artist's name. It was a young lady out of Newfoundland who was a fiddle player and amazing artist, and I did a version of it with her that was basically kind of the arrangement I came up with on ukulele, more or less, and it was fun to do that kind of. It was a very folky kind of version of it,
It's because it almost brought tears to my eyes. It was so beautiful. After going through the whole book, it's like you become a friend of Michael McDonald listening to you narrate it. There's a funny part of the book where you're talking about the difficulty of recording Peg with Steely Dan. Was it more irritating having to read your book over the course of 6 days than deal with
absolutely? It was absolutely the worst thing I've ever had to do. Was read the book. And thank God. I mean, Paul. God bless him. He was there from the beginning to
Paul
the
Reiser,
end.
the comedian.
Yeah, Paul Reiser, much more responsible for this whole thing than I am. And he was even there when I was reading and coaxing me along. He was directing the whole thing, him and another fella, and they kept me, awake during the whole reading because it was 6 days of hell.
Because then you're probably going, I'm so sick of talking about Michael McDonald.
Oh, it sounded like Frankenstein, when I was reading it.
There's a great scene in one of the books about Elvis where Elvis is recording, and they're sitting outside with his friends during a break, and the guy calls, or the producer calls, you got to come back in, and Elvis goes, God, I'm so sick of being that guy. And I guess I think reading about yourself that long might get a little bit hard. One of the funniest scenes in the book is when we refer to you as Mr. Michael McDonald, but you were always Mike McDonald, and you didn't become Michael until you were on stage one. Can you tell that story quickly?
Yeah, the only time I had been called Michael up to this point was by the nuns at St. John and James Grade School, and that was the last person I can remember calling me Michael, or my mother when she was mad at me. But I was my first night playing with the Doobie Brothers in New Orleans, not in New Orleans, in Shreveport, Louisiana, amid calls from the audience of, where's Tom, and because I was singing some of his songs, Pat, Simmons decided it was maybe a good time to introduce me to the audience. And he introduced me as Michael McDonald on keyboards. And from that point on, some reviewer the next day who reviewed the show, made the comment, and some guy, Michael McDonald, was singing some of Tom's songs. So it stuck. From that point on, it seemed like every time Pat introduced me, he introduced me as Michael McDonald, and the reviewer, whoever reviewed the show that night, would the next day refer to me that way. So it kind of was a moniker that stuck with me from that point on.
What do your friends call you?
Most of my friends call me Mike.
Yes,
other things, you know.
Michael McDonald is a brilliant recording artist, and his book is really interesting. A lot of family stuff, and I didn't know anything about your background. I just knew you were from St. Louis, but the book is called What a Fool Believes, and as you mentioned, written with Paul Reiser. We happened to be talking to Paul a few months ago, and he mentioned he had this book coming out with Michael McDonald. I flipped. I couldn't believe it. I'm trying to remember this exactly. I think you were talking about the song Yamo Be There. If I'm not mistaken, it was kind of like a nonsense thing that you were doing to sort of fit it into the song.
Yeah, we didn't really have a title per se, except that, we were, in typical fashion, when we were writing a song, we would just kind of mumble anything until we got around to writing a lyric. And so Yamo Be There was kind of what we would mumble when we got to the chorus, James and I, and then we thought about, well, what the hell is the title going to be, actually, and if we had to actually say something, and then James kind of rationalized. He goes, well, it is a kind of a gospel song, because that's kind of what we were headed with it. And he said, and it's kind of like the ancient Hebrew reference to God, Yahweh. So maybe we just leave it Yamo Be There. So,
it worked.
Yeah, we were lazy. We couldn't think of anything better, so we went with it. And Quincy liked it, so that was the acid test. If Quincy, if we got a pass on Quincy, we were good.
Yeah, one of the things that bothered me in the book is I guess every time you see Quincy Jones, he says to you, "Well, I could have made your first album better."
Yeah, no, well, and no doubt,
I doubt that first album, that is one of my all-time top 10 great records. That is a brilliant album.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for me. One that I regret is not being able to work. It wasn't, entirely my fault. Quincy was just so busy at that time in his life. It was really basically when he stepped into the film business and started to produce films himself, Color Purple and all those things. So, our roads came together, but quickly separated, and by virtue of things that were out of our control.
Now, what are the aspects of your book is getting yourself clean? And there are some pretty funny stories. One of them involving Walter Becker from Steely Dan, but
and the police.
I love that. I love that.
But my favorite story in the book is a real quick one. It involves Elizabeth Taylor. Can you tell that one quickly? It was so funny.
Oh, well, thank you. Some of the stuff is funny because it's true. I'm not that witty, really. It's just, telling you, it turns out to be funnier than even I remember. But we were playing at a huge event. It was kind of like the age of events, like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame kind of things. And this was Night of 100 Stars, and it was at Radio City Music Hall, I believe, in New York City. And it was like Scrappy's birthday party, the old cartoon. Now, most people won't know what the hell I'm talking about, but every star of the day was attending this thing. Joel McRae was there, for God's sake. God. Everybody you can imagine. And Lauren Bacall and Elizabeth Taylor, believe it or not, were there. And the guy that was producing the show knew how long it was going to take, first of all, to pull this thing off. It started in the morning and it didn't end until somewhere around midnight. And we were all trapped, except for those of us who could escape back to the hotel, time to time, in this backstage area of those floors of dressing rooms, make a long story short, the guy did a really good job of keeping no alcohol or drugs or anything backstage, because he knew that the whole thing would go to hell in a handbasket. If he didn't, So and it was amazing the people who were kind of starting to have a problem with that, And so this guy came to me, a young guy, kind of like a typical of the people back there handling some of the artists, and he said, Miss Taylor and Miss Bacall would like to meet you. Wow. If you could come down and say hello. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I knew who he meant, and I was, saying, God, gosh, Elizabeth Taylor and Lauren Bacall. They, I'm thinking, well, they must be Doobie Brothers fans. What else could it be? So I follow this guy down some elevators into to a floor that was pretty much quartered off for just them, and I go in, and here's, of all people, these Hollywood legends, still beautiful women, Lauren Bacall and Elizabeth Taylor, and he comes up, he goes, Miss Taylor, this is Michael McDonald. And she looks up at me from sitting down, from a sitting position, and she kind of does this, like, come here, we'll come down close so I can, whisper something to you, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is unbelievable, As I lean down and I put my ear to her, and she leans in, she says, I heard it. You're the guy that can find us some booze. So, I took me a second, I kind of regrouped. I thought, I could probably do that. So that led to me leaving the building and going across the street and, to finding a liquor store and coming back with a little bottle of Jack Daniels or something.
Maybe you're open. Hey, can you sing? I keep forgetting.
I was surprised that was the whole crux of our conversation. But
we're speaking with the great musical artist Michael McDonald, and he's got a terrific book out there. And the audio book, there's a bonus. I'm trying to remember. It's kind of a conversation with Paul Reiser at the end. And there's a couple of this that really makes it worth, even if you've got the book, get that just to hear that. It's a great conversation. And Paul Reiser, I didn't realize was so musical. And you guys you're good friends, and he really helped you get your life story out. And your life story, it's so interesting. A lot of family stuff, a lot of ups and downs, and there's a love story in there, and a lot of hope. And you talk a lot about your songwriting and your music, but you're a very humble. And it's you sort of didn't realize how good you were, I guess, coming up. You're in a bunch of bar bands, and then you get these phone calls. You're playing for 4 people one night. The next night you're in front of thousands. Great stuff.
Well, thank you. I think what Paul was really, like I say, the great encourager in this thing, because all through the thing I kept asking him, do you think, are we getting anywhere with this? I mean, is this even a story? And nobody died, went to prison. It just doesn't seem like all that great of a story to me. And he kept telling me no. He goes, at some point as we're writing, this thing will kind of kick in and start writing itself, and the things that are important will surprise you. There'll be the simplest things that you wouldn't really give much credence to. But as you write them down, in his experience, he was explaining that those things will become the things that people relate to the most. And I hope that happened. I hope people saw their own story in it, because it's really a lot of just life stuff that isn't necessarily, lack of confidence or here and there, but and then bouts with your own ego here and there. That yin and yang that we all go through in life. Where our perspective of reality is usually never that good. But in spite of it, life kind of opens itself up to us if we let it. And I towards the middle of writing the book, I started to really feel like the story was writing itself, and I was really having less to do with engineering the thing. And thank God for Paul, because he was editing the whole thing the whole way we went. And by the time we handed it in, I think it's unusual probably too that the story, they didn't have to do a whole lot of editing, thanks to Paul kind of overseeing the thing as we wrote it and moving things around. We did a lot of cutting and pasting as we went. And there were moments where, he would say, this needs to go much later in the story. And we hadn't even written that part of the story yet. So I would go, what later? What story? we're not even there yet. But he knew, his instincts were that this was something that we should hold back on. And so a lot of that editing self-editing that we did along the way really paid off. And when we handed it in, they did a great job, don't get me wrong, of editing it also, and made it a better book, I think, too. But Paul really led the charge on all that,
We're speaking with Michael McDonald. I was kind of wondering, this is a story, a question I should say from Ace, our engineer here. He wanted to know if you still get residuals from the TV show What's Happening.
I don't think we ever did, but we certainly got a lot of mileage out of it.
We like to ask the serious questions.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering, in the process of writing this, did you ever stumble on any stories of your own life that, hey, maybe this would be a song? Or did you get maybe think I had this lyric, maybe I should sit down at the piano and try to make something out of this? Anything not about the book that came out of the book?
Well, I might write a song about bologna sandwiches. I'm not sure.
That'd be great. Should we have, before we let Mr. McDonald go, should we have him explain the bologna sandwich reference?
Well, his mom, you had an interesting mother and father, yeah.
Yeah, my mom, pretty much anyone who came into the house, she would follow them around with a bologna sandwich in her hand, trying to get them to eat it, and as a gesture of hospitality. And, that was kind of our go-to as a family when, after arguments, certainly after church or, whatever it was, they broke out the bologna sandwiches. And I have friends who have been calling me since the book was out. Just about everyone she ever offered a bologna sandwich to has called me to, I couldn't believe you wrote about that. Your mom used to try to get me to eat those bologna sandwiches.
And occasionally fairly famous people would be associated with your mom. One more thing before we let you go. I had an argument with this guy I work with at the gym. One of your songs was actually part of a hip-hop song. And I'm sure you're aware that I guess you had to give them permission, presumably, years ago from your first solo album. And what is the rap song that it turns?
Warren G. Regulate.
Yeah. How does that work when they take one of your licks and turn it into a song? Do they have to get your permission, right?
Yeah. They were nice enough to call and ask us, and we made some minor deal, to have them use the riff. It was really just a piano riff from the song, that they used, and then he kind of wrote his own song over that. My kids love that version much more than they love mine.
But I had to convince this guy, no, this is a song from the great Michael McDonald. But he had no idea, and so then I forced him to go over to the stereo in the gym and play that one. Lastly, I know you're a dog guy. Now, at present, do you have dogs?
Yeah, we have two. A little Chihuahua. She's like Satan incarnate. And we have a golden who's, he's a golden, he's
the best.
You're in a room with a bunch of people with golden retrievers.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Michael McDonald's book, written with Paul Reiser. The book is once again called What a Fool Believes. It's a great read if you're a fan of Mr. McDonald or the Doobie Brothers. There's a bunch of great stuff about Steely Dan and about Michael being in a bar band, like I said, playing for a handful of people one night, then a few nights later playing for huge crowds. Thanks so much for your time. I just love the book. I love your music, and it's so kind of you to take the time to talk to us.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
And we'll look forward to seeing you. I know you guys are on stage with the Doobies. I think it's in Syracuse coming up in a couple of weeks, and then Allentown. Then you're up in Canada pretty soon.
Yep.
And if you're near Atlantic City, look for Mr. McDonald and the Doobie Brothers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Great pleasure.
Thanks.
Oh, wow. It's a great book. So much fun.
And what's the name of it?
It's called What a Fool Believes. There's that great Michael McDonald song, I think, with Kenny Loggins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
And the story behind that is Kenny Loggins was knocking on Michael McDonald's door.
Right.
And Michael was playing What a Fool Believes, kind of the first part of it. And it was the first time they'd met. And
he didn't have a lyric, did he?
And he didn't have any. And Kenny, Michael goes, yeah, I hope we could write some good stuff. And he goes, What was that you were just playing? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. And then next thing you know, Grammy and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great stories about songwriting and with the Doobie Brothers, and things get weird a couple times.
Well, that's going to happen in a band. Did you hear the latest about REO?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, REO are done.
Fist fight on stage
Bruce
or backstage?
Hall and Kevin Cronin. I don't know if there was a fist fight on stage, but they have decided to part ways as irreconcilable differences.
Yes. And they actually said Bruce Hall and Kevin Cronin can't get along. It's the story I saw.
That's exactly what it is.
Wow. Yeah.
And apparently they are going to fulfill their dates through the end of the year. But as of the end of the year, the band will not be touring.
No, darn.
Irreconcilable.
Remember the scene? Wait a minute, hang real quick on my last obscure reference. What is the movie with Kathleen Turner? I think it's in Michael Douglas, and they find the plane crash, and he grabs the Rolling Stone, and he goes, "Damn it, the Doobie Brothers broke up." What is that? Romancing the Stone, yeah. But they got back together. Thank you very much.
Well, we wish them the best.
I'm a big REO fan.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
It's not like you're Oasis. I mean, I can see why they hate each other. I hate both of them individually.
There's nothing like the pure hatred between brothers, right, John?
Yes, sir. All right, now the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by BetterHelp. What am I talking about when I talk about BetterHelp? I'm talking about a way to access therapy in a much more elegant manner, a simpler manner, because it's done online. And you've got that whatever that thing, that smartphone you carry around, your laptop or whatever. You can connect to the world, as you know, and you can connect to a therapist. And that's what BetterHelp is all about. It's about accessing therapy. And therapy, it's not like you're weak because you want to participate in something with a therapist. It's about helping yourself become the best you that you can be, get some positive coping skills worked out, and rediscover your own curiosity as you age. So here's what you do. You'll go to betterhelp.com/BT show. The /BT show part, that part knocks 10% off your first month. And then you'll take a brief questionnaire, fill it out online, and you'll be hooked up with a licensed therapist. At last count, I think there were 35,000 therapists participating in this program. So if you've been thinking about therapy and you want to do it where you can do it at your convenience in a much more flexible way, you can do it in the privacy of your own, wherever you want to be. That's where you can do it. And you can do it with a camera on, camera off, and find out what I'm talking about by visiting betterhelp.com/BT show. And that's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. The Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. Coming up, a little bit of history for you. We'll get that Corvette story in tomorrow, okay? It's a good one. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com.
We're ready if you are, Chick. Do you want to?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, wait a minute. I have a question. Are we just going to do this right in front of everybody?
And Doctor, I assume you just go in with one finger. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I got to warn you, Joyce left the lube in her car last night.
Oh, it should be good and cold.
Funny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. You know, it's always cold lube.
Uh-huh. Why don't they should use a warming lube.
Sarah, start playing the violin.
So we can't hear the screams.
Do you know the theme from Deliverance?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay,
you do the play-by-play.
Okay, here we go. Oh boy.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
The 14-year-old whale named...
It was amazing. Okay, sorry.
Is it Wiki? W-I-K-I-E? There's not a...
Is it Wiki?
Wiki?
It's the sound that you make when you wipe a window?
Ew. Wiki.
No, that was terrible. I don't know what.
According to the story, Wiki can say hello, 1, 2, aha, bye-bye, and even the name of her trainer, Amy.
We have some of the audio.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, now that it's been suggested what they're saying,
Right,
I mean,
That's what we're going to hear. Boss.
This was on the new. I saw this morning on the TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you must do very well.
You have a TV.
And mine has audio now.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. This is the whale talking. You be the judge. Here,
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, God.
Hello?
Chick.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, Chick has his hand up, yes.
I'm leaving the country. This is creepy. This is creepy. That's plainly hello. I've had it.
So you are definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, I think it's really making a good effort.
Yeah.
It's not great. But what do you want from a whale?
It's like a parrot. It's a parrot whale. It's a whale. What the hell?
Apparently, this is better than the sounds they've ever been able to get out of a monkey or a ape. I did hear that.
Yeah, wow.
I guess, and it's I think it has something to do with the structure of wherever the voice box and throats, the shape of the throat.
Gotcha.
So, this is a whale.
Wow.
A killer whale. Now it's this. Am I right, Dean? This whale's in France.
Yes. It's in France. I said that.
So there's a slight
in France.
accent.
Well, it should be bonjour then instead of hello.
Shouldn't it be bonjour? Yeah.
Maybe the U.S. is a bigger market for whale talk. Here it is again.
Hello. Hello.
If you didn't know what was supposed to be hello, I don't think you'd be going, oh, hey, that whale just said hello.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, but it's.
And I don't think he knows when you walk up to say hello.
Maybe it does.
He's just mimicking what the trainer says.
But I mean, think about a parrot. You ever been around some of these birds? That's amazing.
Yeah,
this is pretty primitive.
Hello. Hello.
Jeez, get an exorcist.
Oh, that last one sounds like a wet fart.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh, God. Okay, this is more of it. Okay, here we go. This is supposed to be a killer whale talking. Here we go.
1, 2.
Wait a second.
I can't take it.
No.
Come on.
No.
Are you making us sit through this?
No.
This is science, Christy. Okay, it's not all pretty.
That ain't 1, 2. I'll tell you that. It might be 2.
Yeah, we may have had 2.
Let it breathe for a second.
Oh, okay.
There's more. Here we go.
1, 2.
There's no way that's 1, 2.
Hey, I am just playing this French scientist.
It sounds like the whale farts and then gags because of his own fart.
Here we go. There's more. Here we go.
1, 2.
These are nothing.
1, 2.
This is a non-story.
The whale is just.
You know what this sounds like? You know what would be funnier? If Mr. the famous British comedian,
Mr. Bean?
Mr. Bean. That's what this sounds like. And Mr. Bean can hear everything the whale says. This was a story
the whale
on
is
the
just
CBS News
My
this morning.
stomach hurts so bad.
It's just making a noise.
It's just making noise.
It's just making noise.
I'd give you maybe hello, but that's just about it.
Yeah.
Listen, please play the first one,
It
too,
sounds
again.
like an armpit fart. Here we go.
Hello.
Now that we buy.
Yes.
I said hello.
Hello.
That.
Jeez.
Hello.
Tom, where are you with the Senior Wences stuff?
I have to hear that first one.
Here we go. Once again, this is allegedly a killer whale speaking
In France.
Here we go.
1, 2.
This reminds me of talking to my friend's grandfather.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait. You're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Hey gang, Larry King here. Tomorrow on the Bob and Tom Show, we'll review game night at the King Mansion over the weekend. You know, the usual gang. Rickles, Judge Brown, Charo, some cooks from the deli doing our nude ping pong tournament, pin the tail on Rosie O'Donnell, and the strip marshmallow relay, no hands please. Tomorrow morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Eastern, worldwide on bobandtom.com.
Bob and Tom. Sure, they're a pain in the ass.
One Tom Show.
Sorry.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'd like to thank Michael McDonald for stopping by. That was very nice.
Very cool. Okay, so what day is today?
Today is September 19th.
Let's find out what happened on September 19th.
All right, let's
Really?
find out.
Do you have any
think
guesses?
you can? Do you think he's September 19th?
What happened on September 19th?
Okay.
Oh, here's a good
The
one.
show. All right.
This happy birthday, 1926, James Lipton.
Oh, the tea guy?
No.
The teacher at the Actors Studio?
The Actor Studio guy.
Oh.
That was a great show.
Good show.
Inside the Actor Studio.
Yeah.
Isn't it still on?
No, he died.
He's
I
deceased.
really don't. I never got the Will Ferrell imitation of him with the stack of cards, but I guess people liked it. I don't know. I really just liked the show.
Yeah, but I thought it was a great show.
There's an episode where Bradley Cooper, I forget who that, it might be Sean Penn. Yeah, where Brad Cooper's in the audience as a student.
Yeah.
And he asks Sean Penn a question. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The great Adam West, born in this state in 1928.
Batman. I know that one.
That's right, chum.
He lived a long life.
And a sexy lifestyle.
Didn't he have a huge...
A huge what?
Schlong?
Odd piece.
Well, I was not aware of that.
Had a huge schlong.
That's what I thought we taled about that before.
I was not aware of that.
Well,
Ask Robin.
Oh, that's right. There's the famous story that, what's his name?
Couldn't fit in the bat cycle.
Burt Ward tells that, they had to...
Augment the bat cycle.
because Adam was so huge.
Yeah, they had to augment his strength. What's it called? A jerkin?
I don't
Isn't that thing? Isn't that what Robin wore?
Yeah.
That
The shirt type thing, yeah.
that shirt's called a jerkin.
That's
Yeah.
what you said. What's it called again?
Well, it'd be interesting when he put it on, but much more funny when he took the jerkin off. Adam West, thank you very much, Adam. A skier, by the way. Great skier. Skied.
Did you see him in Aspen once?
I think he lived in Idaho.
For those of you who aren't 900, he was also the mayor and Family Guy.
Yeah.
Mama Cass Elliot, great singer, born in 1941, sadly, a short life.
Yeah.
The actor Jeremy Irons.
Good actor.
Inventor of
Last name.
half of the golfing bag.
Nickname,
He and James Woods. Yeah.
James Woods and Jeremy Irons.
Nickname Hot Point. Let's see.
Huh?
Is his last name?
Hot Point.
That's the name of an iron, right?
It is?
Yeah, the Hot Point iron. No,
I don't get that.
Oh, okay. But his last name has a meaning. Irons. I could be Tom Vacuums. Nile Rodgers, the great musician, wrote Let's Dance, right?
Bowie song. Yeah.
Bowie song.
Did he often just play with Bowie? Is that who he is?
Freak Out.
For that one album.
The most famous one.
Le Chic?
Yeah, Le Freak, whatever it was.
Chic.
Is he a studio
Chic.
guy?
Yeah.
C-H-I-C. Chic.
Yeah, great player.
Let's not all pretend everyone knows who Niles Rodgers is.
Yeah.
He's got a boatload of
player.
That's fine.
Boatload of Grammys.
I assure you 90% of our listeners don't. I had no idea who that is.
And I believe you worked with Daft Punk.
Okay.
How about this guy? George Washington.
Oh,
That
our
ring a
former
bell?
president?
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
I think Tom is being sarcastic.
Get a little cantankerous in here.
Yeah.
1796, George Washington said farewell. Gave his exit.
Wow.
Gave his exit speech.
He always could give a speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
The great orator, they called him.
How about this one? 1960, Chubby Checker, The Twist hits #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think somebody then would, hey, we've already got a Fats Domino. Can you not name yourself Chubby Checker? Is that a little bit too on the nose?
Yeah. Kind of manipulated.
Dick Clark's wife, I think, named him.
I know it. Dick
Right?
Clark. I always wanted to ask Dick how he got away with that. But he died.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show premiered on this date in 1970.
Loved it.
Great show.
Loved that show.
Who was your favorite character on the show?
Well, it's Mary, of course.
Wasn't Ted Baxter?
I love Ted Baxter. Come on. Oh, Mayor.
Rhoda's kind of cute.
Rhoda? She had a big mouth.
Let's see, 1989. It's hard to believe this was this long ago. Doogie Howser, M.D.
When is it? 89?
89.
Wow.
And who was the...
Do you remember when, what was Doogie's best friend's name?
I never saw that show.
The guy from The Sopranos?
Yeah. And My Cousin Vinny and...
Yeah.
There was a rumor that he was Alice Cooper.
Max Casella.
That's it.
Yes, Max Casella or something. Remember that?
Well, speaking of that
Was that the Wonder Years?
The Wonder Years, the rumor was that kid, Paul, was Marilyn
Paul
Manson.
Yeah, it's Paul Pfeiffer.
But it was...
Well, that one's true.
And that Eddie Haskell was taken out in Nam. Or there's a lot of... No. This is one of the best.
You always have to color it with your memories, don't you?
No,
Eddie
it's a similar... I will, that I'll die in this hill thing. Eddie Haskell is one of the greatest characters in the history of television. That is an absolute, that character lives.
I don't think so.
I happen to
Mrs. Cleaver?
know someone like that. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Lying to the parents. Yeah.
It's a classic.
1990, Goodfellas is released.
1990. Wow.
Great movie. Yeah.
I fought that and fought it going to see it. I said, I'm not going to go see another mob movie. I've had it.
Me too.
And it was the best one.
Oh, yeah.
How did I know?
It is absolutely the best. If you've never seen Goodfellas, do yourself a favor this weekend and check it out.
I have seen it.
Thanks for your indulgences. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.